Chewing on some nuts. Pardon. Hello and welcome to the United Stand. How are you all doing? It's Manchester United versus Cardiff. If you're here for the live match reaction, click the link in the video description. That will take you straight to that. If you're here live, we're live. We're waiting for team news. The very first team news for Manchester United, for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Very, very exciting afternoon. I've still got nuts in my mouth and I'm talking to you lot. But what an interesting... for all the positivity, Liverpool are 4 points clear at the top and Man City are losing. I mean, that is a concern for many a Manchester United fan. And we're not actually, we are actually let me just have a quick look at this. We're actually down to 7th at the moment because Watford are winning, so they're ahead of us. Bournemouth are on the same points as us, but their goal difference isn't good enough to go past us. So we're down to 7th at the moment. At the moment, we are 12 points off, 11 points off... top 4. Chelsea are losing. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't want Liverpool to win the league, but we've got bigger fish to fry. And would you rather miss out on top 4 and Liverpool not win the league, or Liverpool win the league and you do get top 4? It's an interesting one, isn't it, really? Andrew Rossi says, ole, 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 ole. We've got a nice, good song for you, actually. Why did I just put some more nuts in my mouth when I'm live for? Idiots. Absolute idiot. But, yeah, we're really excited about this, of course. Christmas is coming as well. Still 3-1 to Crystal Palace. And not a hell of a lot long left for Man City. I went to Man United Palace at Old Trafford a couple of weeks ago. Well, longer than a couple of weeks ago. And they were crap. They were absolutely crap. So, yeah, there we go. I've got the score wrong, haven't I? I've just realised we're live and Cardiff are winning 3-1. Haven't changed the score since we played against Liverpool. But first team news coming in very shortly. A new dawn, as I've said many a time, and we're very excited. Very excited indeed. So I hope you're all doing very well. I hope you're all ready for today. As you can see, look at Cardiff's last 5 games in the Premier League. It's lose, win, lose, win, lose, win. If that pattern was to continue, they would win today. Look at us, lose, win, draw, draw, draw. Ours doesn't make any difference. Lee Ballington says, don't tempt fate, Mark. Please change it to 0-0. Well, thanks for that, Lee, and thanks for the contribution. Remember, you can do that through the $sign at the bottom. Total and utter mistake by me. I hadn't seen the 3-1 thing. So there we go. 3-1 to Cardiff. Look. Manchester City are losing at home to Crystal Palace, 3-1. Chelsea are losing at home to Leicester, 1-0. United easily could lose to Cardiff today. I don't think we are going to lose. I think we're going to win. They're actually chili peanuts, Calvin Wagstaff. They're chili peanuts. They're not roasted or salted. They're chili, and they're very, very nice. They're very nice indeed. Indeed, they are very, very nice. But look, this team news is about to come in. Very, very excited. Please do smash a like on the video. We want 1,000 likes before kickoff today. We want that superstition back on the United Stand, that we get over 1,000 likes before kickoff and we win games of football. That is now over. Mourinho time is over, and we are now Mr. and Mrs. Positivity. You can't be anything else. It's a fact. You're either a Mr. or a Mrs. or a Miss or a Master, but you're a woman or a man, and that is the main thing. And we want a win for Manchester United today. So how are you all feeling? Positive, confident? I'm confident. What I would say is that also I'm a little bit looking at those results today. I suppose you'd be a little bit like anything can happen. And remember, Chelsea are losing. That for us is a big, big thing, because Everton play Spurs tomorrow. That's obviously a big thing as well. So, they drop points. I know Arsenal won, but Arsenal weren't in the top 4 anyway. So Arsenal are a little bit different. We are obviously playing Manchester United as well. We're not playing Manchester United. We are obviously playing Cardiff. Got to get the 3 points today. Got to get the 3 points today. That is absolutely essential for Manchester United, that we win this game of football today. Start off as we mean to go on, I say, sir and madam. So positive and happy, says Andrew Ellis. We haven't seen you, Mr. Andrew Ellis. He was the man who said from the very first day that Jose Mourinho was a bad thing for Manchester United. And we have the man in the live comments. welcome Andrew Ellis. You are very, very welcome. And I hope that you're happy with Solskjaer, and I'm glad to see that you're feeling positive, because it's been longer for you than anybody else, Andrew, because you were, Jose Mourinho, as I said, out from the very first day. So you've got your way. I'm glad for you. I'm not having a pop at you for that. I think you've been proved right. Took me a bit of a while to get there, but in the end he had to go. I'm very happy that he's gone. And I think the thing for me today, if I'm talking about this match, is the thing for me today that is absolutely essential is that we do see a change. I don't think we're going to see the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer team for Manchester United yet, because he's only been training us for a couple of days. But what we do want to see is a difference, and I think there will. I was talking to Drawty before, and he was like, "Well, we might not see a big difference." I says we won't see what Solskjaer's vision is yet, because it's going to take him some time. But what we will see at Manchester United is a change in the way that we play, because you know Mourinho wants us to sit back, and Jose and Ole will want us to push forward, and that will automatically mean a big change. Starting 11, oh God, Phil Jones starts for Manchester United, is what I can tell you straight away. Ashley Young, Lindelof, Jones, Shaw, Herrera, Matic, Pogba, Lingard, Rashford, Martial. I mean, what I would say is I don't want to bring the positivity down. Andreas Pereira is on the bench, Fred is on the bench, Dalot is on the bench, Eric Bailly is on the bench, Fellaini's on the bench, Fred on the bench, Mata on the bench. I mean, I do wonder why is Phil Jones starting football matches for Manchester United over Eric Bailly? Eric Bailly was colossal against Liverpool last week. Absolutely colossal. And we pick Phil Jones. I mean, look, I did say this would happen. Mike Phelan loves Chris Smalling and Phil Jones. Chris Smalling's not fit. Why is Dalot playing and Ashley Young not playing? And I think Ashley Young is still captain of Manchester United as well. I mean, I wasn't a hell of a long off, really, was I? I think it was only 2 players off. I mean, I never would have predicted Phil Jones was going to start, to be honest with you. Never in a million years was I going to get that right. But I've got the midfield 3 right. And let's get Ross on, actually. Let's see if we can hear him. Ross, hello, can you hear me?
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. I take it you've heard the team news?
Yes, yeah, I've seen it. I was actually slightly disappointed with it to a point, but it's a new manager. It's a clean slate from me, so I'm going to judge everyone on today and not on the past.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. I mean, I presume that, like a lot of people in the live comments, the omission of probably Dalot at right back and Phil Jones coming in is probably the 2 areas that you're concerned about. Obviously, Matic plays as well, and Ashley Young retains the captaincy.
Yeah, all the points you just mentioned, to be honest. The defence, I'm not so worried about, to be honest. That just is what it is. It's more going forward. I expected Matic not to play. But again, he hasn't seen these players, so he's kind of probably picked them based off what Carrick and whatever has told him. And he'll evaluate how they play and hopefully make the right decisions. Matic should come out and pull a worldie today. You never know. It may have been Jose holding him back. We'll have to just wait and see.
I think you're right. I think, look, for me, Phil Jones will always be a crap footballer, and I'd be people might not like that, but I would be a master hypocrite if I didn't say that, because I've never been a fan of Phil Jones. So I can't, despite the manager, I can't come out and back that decision. But everybody deserves a clean sheet. I tell you what worries me a little bit is, though, and I did predict this, is that Ashley Young playing stops Dalot playing, and I believe that is totally because of the captaincy. He had to play Ashley Young today because Ashley Young's his captain, and that for me is a bit of a shame.
Yeah, no, I do agree, but I think there's going to be plenty of chances to rotate this team. I'm just interested to see what Ashley Young does as a more of a going forward right back, because that's what I want today, and that's what we haven't had from United in a long time. Is our fullbacks need to be high up the pitch. Let's use them as attackers, not defenders. Because Ashley Young is wasted in a Jose Mourinho team. You never know; he could pull a performance out today. And obviously, the return of Paul Pogba is gratefully appreciated.
Bang Ding Ow says that the return of Phil Jones, Jar Jar Binks lives to fight another day. If anybody was watching our show last night, I did actually call Phil Jones Jar Jar Binks. you do sometimes wonder about coincidence. It's not something I actually believe in, and I just wonder if this is a bit of banter from Ollie straight away, putting me in my place. But Phil Jones does start for Manchester United. I mean, you're not a massive fan of Eric Bailly anyway, Ross, but for me, I thought he was absolutely fantastic last week against Liverpool, and I'm very, very surprised that he isn't starting, to be honest.
He was. I know, I'll give you that. And Phil Jones is finished at United. Again, I think this is Carrick's team, to be honest. Ollie's obviously gone in, he's had to listen to his assistants, and that surprises me that Carrick would advise him on this, advise him to play Phil Jones, advise him not to play Bailly. He's obviously brought Pogba straight back in, which was needed if we're to do anything this season. But again, the personnel is what it is. It's the system. They're all going to be told today to go out and enjoy themselves and play free-flowing football. Now we get to see if they can actually do it.
Yeah, what's your thought on the game? Do you think we'll have enough to beat Cardiff with that team there? I mean, there is. It's not. I mean, you know, I know people probably would like to see Fred and Pereira playing, but they are actually on the bench, and I think that shows something that, you know, it's been a long time since we've seen those two on the bench. So at least they are there, and Delow's on the bench, Bay's on the bench, so the bench is strong again.
Yeah, well, the exciting prospect for me is I think we're going to get a 9 or a 10 out of 10 out of Pogba today. I think that's going to happen. He would do that on purpose, despite Mourinho. And I haven't got a problem with that, to be honest. I'm happy that Paul Pogba was instrumental in getting rid of the grey-head knob. But it's Matic, because I have full faith in Ollie that if Matic does play crap today, he will come off. He's not guaranteed 90 minutes under Ollie. He was under Jose, regardless. If he plays well, great. I'm happy. I'd love to see Matic turn it around. He paid a lot of money for him. If he starts crap, take him off. You know, the personnel's there on the bench, and let's use it.
The team is now actually correct. I've got it correct for you now. Obviously, I always predict the team when we're live. So it's De Gea in goal. Young is the captain at right back. Phil Jones and Lindelof with Luke Shaw. Matic, Herrera, Pogba, Lingard, Rashford and Martial. I mean, I like that front three. Although I prefer Lingard in the midfield. I've got to be honest. I do prefer Lingard in the midfield. But we don't know what formation it is yet. But I suppose, I mean, we are living in the hope that the formation is absolutely not the formation, that the system is so advanced from what we've seen over the last 3 months. Because we look at that team, Ross, and everybody at home, and we know Ashley Young's got a mistake in him. Phil Jones got 5 mistakes in him. Matic has been terrible. There are weaknesses in that team away from home if Cardiff are up for it, and I can definitely see a stronger team that Ollie could have put out. So in many ways, if we do go out and win with that team, it's an even better result, because I think that there are weaknesses in that team from what we've seen recently.
Yeah, weaknesses all over the pitch. Like you said, the system's interesting. We've got 2 very defensive-minded midfielders in that team. I would play Pogba just off Rashford and sort of play a 4-2-4, to be honest. That's what I would do. And it wouldn't surprise me if Solskjaer does push Pogba, because he is wasted in the middle, especially playing with them two. I'd like to see him further forward today and assisting them front three, because under Jose, Lingard, Rashford, Martial, they've always looked isolated. No one's been able to get the ball to him. So that's Pogba's job today. Be the in-between man and get the ball forward, because Matic and Herrera, they just can't do it. That's not their fault. That's not what they're about. That's what Pogba's about today. Linking Rashford, Martial and Lingard into the game today.
Nicholas P says there's a lot of games in a short time. He wants to see everyone play. It's the system, not the players I care about. And I think that is absolutely 100% spot on there, Ross. That's what it's about today, isn't it? It really is. You know, you're right. I spoke about this. We're going to have to use the wider squad. We've got 4 games in 11 days. So, I think he's right. And as Jag says, the bench is very, very good. And maybe, like you said, Ross, it is about giving these players an opportunity. And you know what? I certainly do think in the case of Matic, he should be given the same sort of excuse that Pogba gets, that Fred gets. You know, he is a problem. I think we need a more mobile CDM, but I still think we'll see, hopefully, better performances from absolutely everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just goes to show you how vile and bad things have got at the club, that we could get an interim manager and he can do one interview and the whole fan base is rolling around the floor crying with happiness. One interview that took from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to turn our fan base, and the excitement leading up to this game has been unbelievable. That's what's, we all expect it. I don't think there's any doubt in our minds that Pogba's going to pull out a performance today. There's going to be more attacking football and an uplift. I'll be really, really shocked and surprised if I don't see that today. So, what an exciting game! And I'm expecting big things for us. And I think Cardiff are trapped as well, to be honest. I think it's 2-3-0.
A lot of people in the live comments talking about the Phil Jones thing. I've got to agree. I said this as well. I agree with Ross as well, and a few other people who are saying this. I don't think this is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's team. He only trained them for the first time 48 hours ago. He even said in his press conference yesterday that I'm leaning on Carrick and McKenna. And a lot of people sort of praise Carrick and McKenna, but to me, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But they were under Jose Mourinho for 5 months. What if they're part of the problem as well? What if their inexperience and approach to football isn't what we think it is? And what if their judgment, they've been sat next to Jose Mourinho for 4 months. They've been part of the problem that's been allowing this sort of football, that's been suppressing some of our better talents. Michael Carrick wasn't down the chippy getting the Friday chip run in when Mourinho was deciding to drop Pogba. He would be part of the conversation. It's his assistant coach. So if there are still remnants of those mistakes, then maybe they're coming from Carrick and McKenna. But they're both young in the game, and I do want to give them the benefit of the doubt as well. But I do agree, Ross, that this is about everybody having that clean sheet, but I don't think this is an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer team yet, and we may not see that for a few games.
No, absolutely. But like we've said, it is a clean sheet, and we'd all like to see Fred and Pereira in this team potentially. But this free perform today, I've no problem with Phil Jones as centre back as long as he starts performing. It is a clean sheet. I know he's trash. And the best way to get the best out of Phil Jones is to keep the ball as far away from him as possible. And that's to attack. That's how he got away with it under Fergie, to be honest, because he never had to fully defend. If we sit deep and invite him on, you're asking for a Phil Jones mistake. And that's what Jose's done, the past 2 seasons with Phil Jones, just lent on him for a mistake. But let's keep the ball away from him. Let the midfielders do the passing and just get high up the pitch. And a lot of work from Lindelof today.
Yeah, Lindelof's back as well. Well, Ross, I'm going to let you get off because I know you're in the car and travelling up and everything, but I really do appreciate you coming on and giving us your thoughts on this new dawn. Just finally, Mourinho gone. How did you feel on Tuesday when it came in? I know you backed him for a while, but I think towards the end you felt it was time as well.
Same as everyone, to be honest, I think. Absolute shock and joy. Like 2 feelings. I just could not believe we did it. I think I stayed off Twitter for about 24 hours just so fed up. And when that come through, I was so shocked. Again, so delighted. And I think the club, for the first time that I've seen, are doing the right things. I think this is the right appointment. And I know who we're going after in the summer. We all do. And I think that's the right appointment as well. So I think we're just taking a step back, starting to do things slowly the right way and bring on the direct football. But all in all, mate, really happy. Positive about this game. I haven't looked forward to a United game in a long time, so this is lovely.
Great. Well, thanks, Ross. Probably won't speak to you till after Christmas now, so have a good Christmas, and I'll speak to you after that, mate.
I'll speak to you later. Keep
Cheers,
up that Christmas song.
See you in a bit, mate. I would say you can follow Ross on Twitter at Hazza90, but he's changed his name to something else now. I think it's like Sublime Solskjaer or something, I don't know. Man City and Chelsea losing, what a weekend, says Chris Joseph. I'd qualify that by saying that Liverpool are now 4 points clear at the top. Man City have just scored, it's 2-3 with about 5 minutes to go. I mean, if City could get a point, to be honest with you, I want City to win. I know that sounds horrible, but I don't want them to win. I don't want Liverpool to win the league. So, each to their own. Little Miss Nintendo fan says odds on Jones' own goal. Look, you know what? Chelsea are losing, City are losing, both of them are at home, and we're away to Cardiff, who are not in the bottom 3. So, we expect to win this game, and I think we will win it. But if we didn't, it wouldn't be a massive shock when you take into account how we've played at the start of the season, where we are in the league, the fact that we're away from home. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. So, there we go. Yes, I hate to see the scouts at the top, says KA. Where is Fred, says Waleed. So on the bench, you've got Fellaini, Mata, Delo, Bailly, Fred and Pereira. So that's our bench today for Manchester United. Luca says, so glad to have United stand through all the good and bad times. Big shout out to Mark and everyone in the live comments. Loving the positivity around the club at the moment, Luca. Well, who'd have thought that? Phil Jones starts a game for Manchester United and we're still all massively positive. I mean, you know, absolutely brilliant. Apparently, well, it's not 3-3 for City now at all because I'm actually watching the screen and it is still 2-3 to Palace. Hello, guys, says Xander Vicky. Hello, Xander. And if Jones scores an own goal, I will jump out the window, says Saranda Mata. Look, Phil Jones would survive a bloody nuclear war. He's like a cockroach. He just seems to... He's certainly without the roach. But, you know, everyone deserves a second chance. For me, Phil Jones has had more chances than anybody. And, you know... But the positive spin I'm taking on Phil Jones starting is that maybe it's something to do with the amount of games we've got coming up. But this is a tough game. What I can't get around my head is, you're right, maybe he's going to keep Eric Bailly back for the games coming up over Christmas. But I don't like that methodology. I don't like that mindset because Cardiff's our hardest game. Huddersfield and Bournemouth at home are easier than Cardiff away simply because they're at home and this is away. So why would you not? What would you do that? My MA74 Football says, Mark, are you watching illegal streams? No, I'm watching BT Sport Score. And Jermaine Gillis is watching the game. And they were just talking to him at the point I was talking to you. And it's still 2-3. Leave Joan alone. He's our best goal scorer, says Hamish Major. Yep. And Jones does damage. He does, Carmichael. You're right like that. Chong, where is Chong? He wasn't part of the squad. Garner and Gomez were, and they're not on the bench, obviously. No, they're not, Valson. They're not on the bench. I am slightly worried with Solskjaer, but hopefully it's a new dawn and players are more motivated, hoping for a nice attacking game, says Ben Walsh. As I've said, look, you know what? Whatever happens, those 4 days we've just had are the best 4 days we've had of the season. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They're the best 4 days we've had of the season and we didn't play a football game. The positivity was absolutely brilliant. We've absolutely loved that last 4 days. Now it's reality bites. And are we going to take that momentum and win a game of football? Or is it going to be a false dawn and we're going to see the same old nonsense? The reality is, it's on the players now. It's all eyes on the players. The players have got to perform. And what if the players are still... Well, Solskjaer doesn't make any difference. I still can't be arsed. I'm still not that motivated. It can go one of two ways. But there's an opportunity I do want to talk about here. And that is, because we're in the 90th minute plus one at Chelsea at the moment. So Chelsea have got 37 points and so have Arsenal. If we were to win today, we would be 8 points off top four instead of 11 points off top four, which obviously is a big swing. It would mean Solskjaer has made 3 points on top four in his first game, which is massive for us. So if Leicester can hang on, that's the result I'm looking at most of all, because 11 points is massive. 8 points is still massive, but it gives us something to go into this game for and think, look, if we can get that top four down to maybe 5 points by the Newcastle game, which is, so we've got Cardiff, Huddersfield, Bournemouth, Newcastle. If we win all 4 of those games, and after the Newcastle game, we're 5 points off top four, we've got a chance. We've got a real chance of doing it, and momentum's with us. So that Chelsea game is massively significant if Leicester can hold on and get the 3 points, because it gives us a real boost going into this game. The odds are against us. The odds are massively against us. But look, I've got to say, the Man City result, I'd rather City got a draw at least, because Liverpool are going to have a big gap on them. But you know, you reap what you sow in the Premier League, don't you? You reap what you sow, and yeah, let's see what happens. I'm just having a quick look on Twitter. A lot of people on about Phil Jones starting. A lot of people on about Delo should have been starting as well. I don't disagree. Nicholas P says maybe Ollie doesn't care who's at the back. Our old we will score more than you mentality. Yeah, could be right. And let's not forget the positive side of this team: Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, Jesse Lingard, Paul Pogba. They're the 4 players that we're really going to be focusing hopefully a lot on in this game, and they're the 4 players that hopefully are going to get us the goals. I think Juan Mata in some ways is a little bit unlucky. I would like to have seen... I personally would have dropped... I would have dropped Matic, obviously, but I would have dropped... If he was so made up on picking Ander Herrera today... Nemanja Matic today, I would have dropped Herrera, dropped Pogba into the midfield a little bit further back, and stuck Lingard in the midfield three. I like Lingard in the midfield three. I don't really like Lingard on the right-hand side. He's really changed my mind over the last few weeks with that. Look, I still think we're going to win this game of football. Pradnia Wadke says, Fred and Andreas on the bench. Shaw, Pogba and Martial on the left. It's all in favour of the players. Let's get the win and some goal difference. Yes, I agree with you. Thanks for the contribution, Sebastian United. Robert Moore's made a contribution. Not a bad team, but can Jones be trusted? He can never be trusted, but hopefully we'll get through without a mistake today. How do you feel about Herrera playing, says Harper? I think Herrera is essential because he brings tenacity and speed to the team, and that's really important. Man City are Chelsea losing, says Chris Joseph. They've lost. Leicester have beaten Chelsea. Massive opportunity for Manchester United now. Absolutely massive. Man United Boy Thieves 13 says, don't forget that Ollie said everyone would be given a fair chance to prove they're a United player. Scott Johnston says, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer concerned about how we play rather than the opposition. And Andrew Rossi, we've read that one out. Jack Dunn, Liverpool are going to win the league. And we are caught up on the super chats, but it looks like City have lost as well. But for me, the biggest, most significant result there is that Chelsea have lost. Chelsea lose. If we win, we would be 8 points off top four, which is massive. I'm just going to tweet that. That's not something I was expecting. Looking at these fixtures this weekend, I expected Arsenal to win. They did. But Arsenal were in fifth anyway. I'm not looking at Arsenal. Arsenal we can deal with on another day. Today, it was all about, could we... I didn't even expect us to make any points. I didn't even expect us to make any points up on the top four today. So, I thought we'd be... Even if we win, we'd still be 11 points off top four. So if we win this game of football, we are 8 points off top four, which is great to see. Zana says nothing's changed. Well, we're about to find out in about 38 minutes time because we're kicking off at 5:30. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, as you can see, we're hopefully on the road to 325,000 subscribers today. It'd be great to hit that, so please share the video. Drop a like on the video. We want 1,000 likes. We've done 1,000 likes before kickoff already. Thanks everybody for that. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. Get involved with the United Stand. We've got fan cams. We've got match reaction. We've got the Discord call in after the show where you can call in and have your say as well. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. We've got the Christmas party tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Sophie's on. I think Flex is going to be on as well. What else? Loads going on the United Stand, so get involved. What a week it's been. We've had like 3 videos a day for the last week because there's just been so much to talk about. What a week. And now here we are with our first game under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Yes, I almost think that the selections... Seb's not happy with Phil Jones. I knew he wouldn't. I told you, don't tell him that Phil Jones is playing. He'll go off on one. But in all seriousness, I am being serious actually, I almost feel that the selection of Phil Jones and Ashley Young and Matic is a good thing because it lowers expectations a little bit. It's a reality bite that the journey we've got to go on is a big journey. But City have lost as well. Bloody hell. Pep out. But it's on BT Sports over here. What was I going to say? Just as a bit of a shout out, Christmas Eve, it's the big one. Arsenal Fan TV versus the United Stand. The full video will be released. I think some of you know what the score in that game is going to be anyway. But it's a huge game for United, and massively excited to see how it's going to go. United Stand, that is. But I think a few people know the score anyway. But yeah, it's well worth a watch. Liverpool, look, there's a long way to go, hopefully, in the league. But Man City losing home games to Crystal Palace, you'd put your mortgage on them winning that, and they were 1-0 up. Soul Plug says, regardless if it's his first game, I'm pissed off that Jones is starting, says Soul Plug. You know what? I think that's a fair comment. You know, we shouldn't all be blinded. You still got an opinion. We're not all bloody rats. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not the Pied Piper, is he? We don't have to follow him over the cliff. And I'm not saying we're going over a cliff. I back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I'm very excited about him. But I agree. I don't agree with Phil Jones starting today. I don't. But I think it's mechanic. A lot of people are saying it in the live comments. In fact, I just saw somebody say it there. It's Carrick and McKenna's team. So there we go. Thanks for the contribution, Daryl Brads 1919. Remember, if you want to make a contribution, it's the $ at the bottom of the live comments. But please do leave us a comment that we can read out. Did Zaha score? I don't know. They scored 3 goals. Townsend scored an absolute banger. Look, match of the day could be absolutely magnificent tonight. Absolutely magnificent. I'm just looking at the live scores there. Forest lost 1-0 to QPR. So if I was a Forest fan, I would have known that before now, wouldn't I? But Coventry lost. They're my local team. Where I live, they're probably the closest team to me, actually, Coventry. Ravandran Paramal says, at the very least, this game would let us know if the problem is with the players or Mourinho. I think you're absolutely spot on, Ravandran. You're absolutely spot on. I do not believe that Paul Pogba can put in less than an 8 out of 10 today. He's got to. All eyes on Pogba. All eyes on Pogba for me. He's got to put in a performance that's massive for tonight. And I'm excited. If he wants to make it at United, he's got to do it. And I think he will. But there we go. I'm sorry I'm chewing on a few nuts. Not in that way. But yeah, I'm very excited. Very excited about this game. Even Phil Jones starting as a centre-back for Manchester United cannot quell my positive mood. How's about that for you? How's about that? Are you really eating lives as silent feet? I should not put nuts in front of me. When Marcus is here, I'll be able to finish them off. But I can have a drink. But I've got to be even-handed. I do want reality to bite a little bit because I'm obviously very excited. I'm obviously very positive, and I think it's important. But I can't make you do that. It's up to you what you do. But I also want to be even-handed. And I want to say that things like Paul Pogba must put in a good performance today because he must show the world that it wasn't... If Jose Mourinho was still in charge, I would think Cardiff would win today. With that team, you imagine you change Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with Jose Mourinho, you could imagine Jose Mourinho picking that team tonight. I think that would be Jose Mourinho's team tonight. What difference would Jose Mourinho make? He would pick Lindelof, he probably wouldn't pick Bailly, he probably would pick Jones, he'd definitely pick Ashley Young, he'd definitely pick Matic and Herrera. The only difference is I don't think he would have picked Paul Pogba. He probably would have put Mata on the right and Lingard in the midfield. So it's pretty much what Jose Mourinho would have picked. And maybe that's the spin. Maybe that's the spin here. Maybe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, in his nice, smiling, baby-faced assassin way, is saying, look, I'm going to pick a team that you would have picked, and I'm going to win it in the United way. Maybe that's the lesson that's going out here to Mourinho. Maybe United are pissed off with Mourinho, and maybe they're like, the only change we're going to make is Paul Pogba in your team, but we're going to play in a very different way. And we're even going to do it with Phil Jones. So let's see what happens. But a word of caution. We're going to have to beat Liverpool at Old Trafford. A lot of people talking about Liverpool. We'll have to beat Liverpool at Old Trafford, won't we? But I don't. Maybe Spurs could come through and win it. I don't know. That would be my pick if I'm totally honest with you. Fred needs a good run of games. Poor sods barely had a chance as JJ. Let's just talk about Fred and Pereira for a minute though, because I've got no issue with them not starting today. And I'm actually quite pleased that they're on the bench. And the reason I say that is I like Fred and I'm a massive fan of Andreas Pereira. But what did I say to you on the preview? They're not ready to play first team football for Manchester United because Jose Mourinho didn't keep them match fit. You know, they've hardly played any football this season. And when they both played against Valencia, they looked like a couple of players that have only been, you know, back in training 2 weeks, because he's not kept them hot. He's not kept them part of the team. He didn't play them enough. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to have to get them up to speed quicker. But you look at our midfield options and you would hope that they would come on. Liverpool will win the league undefeated, says Gongi John. You've got no chance of that, mate. They're not that good. They might win the league, but they won't win it undefeated. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer walking into Cardiff looking very, very happy and relaxed. Now we're going to see if he can walk the walk as well. That's what we're going to see, aren't we? Bourbon or whiskey today, lads, says Krista Sebastian Thompson. Let him know. And Cesar Lopez has made a contribution. Thank you, Cesar. He says, the front four of Pogba, Lingard, Martial and Rashford can be quite frightening tonight with the right motivation from the players. Pace and ability from them could possibly wreck Cardiff. I still feel that the same issue is there for United, though. And that issue is, how are we going to move the ball from back to front quickly? Matic is still slow at it. You know, Solskjaer needs to have got into Matic's ear and said, when you get the ball, move the ball quickly, please. And remember, we're not in 6th at the moment. We're in 7th. If we were to, if we draw tonight, we're still in 7th. We are behind Watford because Watford won at West Ham 2-0. If we lose, we probably go down to 8th. So there's a little bit of pressure there. There's a lot of pressure anyway. But there we go. Daryl Brads 1919 says, yeah, I asked if you had talked about Jones yet, but YouTube had a stroke apparently. All right. Fitness is needed. Very important, the fitness thing. I spoke about that on the preview as well. We're a lazy team under Jose Mourinho. We don't press, and we're not very. We're a pragmatic team, or we were. I'm sure Ollie wants us to be on the front foot, but it's going to take more than 2 days to get the players running around like that, and they could have a bit of a hangover before that happens. Everybody's sleeping on Cardiff. Everybody's sleeping on Cardiff. What if Cardiff do what I would do, and that is absolutely go into this game at 100 miles an hour. Use the fact that it's a sellout, which it will be because it's United in town, and absolutely get at us. Get at United and pressure them because they're under pressure, and that's what Warnock will say. And maybe he will say, Lindelof and Phil Jones, are they really that good in the air? Let's whack a few long balls in, because I don't think we're good in the air. Smalling's good in the air, he's not there. Bay's good in the air, he's not there. Lindelof, he's a little bit lightweight. Phil Jones, as we saw against Harry Kane back in January, not very good in the air. But I want to see the pressing. That's the thing for me. That's why press is in the world impressive, because we've got to be impressive tonight, and we've got to press. Press from the front. There's a lot of speed there. Press from the front. And the midfield, it can't just be Ander Herrera doing the pressing. We want to see everybody pressing today. What else? Well, let's go United, says RVs. And do you like Yannick Bolasie, says Elliot Cole. I don't know where he is now. Is he at Everton? He went from Palace to Everton, didn't he? I've not really heard anything of him. I wouldn't really want him at Manchester United. Matic is diabolical, says Cadmar. Well, he has been diabolical. We're just going to have to give him an opportunity. We're going to have to give him that opportunity. Because everyone else is going to get one, innit? And as I said, I mean, I'm just looking at Mike Phelan there. Mike Phelan likes Chris Smalling and Phil Jones. I tweeted about this the other day. So it doesn't surprise me that experience has come in and given that. Anyway, I know I did say that I would sing you this song about Manchester United, and it's I don't normally go for the song singing, but because it is Stone Roses, I absolutely love this. Somebody sent it me, so it's Ollie's at the wheel. Tell me how good does it feel? We've got Sanchez, Paul Pogba, and Fred. Marcus Rashford's a Manc born and bred. Do 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 do. Greatest of English football. We've won it all. Stone Roses and a bit of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer bringing it back. And so that's the positive mood that we want to go with it. And I'm a big fan of that song. So thanks to the person who sent me it over, and we'll happily sing that a bit more, hopefully later on, if Manchester United do get the win, which I'm hoping that we will. I'm really hoping that we will do, because that positivity needs to come through. Where are we all? Are we still live? Is everyone still here? Yes, they are. Good. Smash a like on video. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, everybody. Let's see. I want to try and get up to 325,000 subscribers today, but I think we can do it. Bottom right hand corner, please subscribe if you're new, and please do share the video if you've already subscribed. It's one click at the bottom. Share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook. But yeah, I like the song. Stop giving it any. It's already raining here. Where is Sanchez, William Bartlett? He's literally only just flown back into Manchester and he's back in training today. So he was never going to be involved today. In fact, I didn't think he was going to be involved till the new year, so that's quite good. Good of him, because I don't know whether they celebrate Christmas in Chile, but he could have had a Christmas back at Chile, couldn't he? The Stone Roses in, says Mark Tony Lindo. You can't beat a bit of Stone Roses. And it works really well. Luke Longman says, oh, great. Phil Jones is starting. It's my fault. I'm going to take it on my shoulders. I'm going to take the L. I'm going to take the banter, because I was bantering Phil Jones last night and said if he was a Star Wars character, he would be Jar Jar Binks. Me's a crap. And then the next day, he gets picked in the United team. Anyway, we're joined by Mad Marcus. How you doing, pal?
Evening, everyone. How are we doing?
We're good. We're positive. We are good. And Ultrachlorx Bleach has made a contribution. He says, inject Ollie into my bloodstream. There'll be good games. There'll be bad games. Patience is key. Why has God abandoned us? Thanks for the contribution. And yeah, give us your thoughts on the team then, because Phil Jones is getting a little bit.
Do you know what? I never really expected wholesale changes anyway. I mean, the guy's only been in charge 48 hours. But I am glad that Fred and Pereira have finally come into the bench. Phil Jones, I'm not too happy about that. But you know, this is like the comments have been saying. This is basically Carrick and McKenna's team. You know, obviously Ollie doesn't know who he can rely upon yet. So I expected a fair few of the senior members to be involved. It was nice to see Gomez and I think was it Garson that travelled.
Garner, sorry.
Garner, yeah. So yeah, it was nice for them to travel and to be involved in the squad. But yeah, I never really expected major changes to the team, to be honest. I think it's a chance now for these senior players to step up and show that what they can do now. And I think the more focus is on the tactics and the philosophy he's going to try and implement, and the attacking threat that United carry.
Players on the pitch warming up look so happy, says Nicholas P. Good to see. I haven't seen them yet myself. Mourinho is like the first iPhone, revolutionary in 2007 but useless in 2018, says Ben Silva. And Ravindrabil Paramal says, let's give every player a second chance. Mourinho sucked the magic out of the club. Maybe all the players are ready to play for the badge. And Jared Pessman says, first, don't give up your day job for singing, Goldie. Very important to remember. If Liverpool or City win Champions League, 5 teams go through, would be big for us. Yeah, it is good. Thanks for that, Jared. I'm not too happy about Liverpool or City winning the Champions League, to be honest. But every cloud has a silver lining, I suppose. But yeah, let's give everyone a second chance, I suppose. You are right, Ravindran. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not going to be a hypocrite though, Marcus. Phil Jones has had a lot of banter from me this season, but I just think he's a banter defender, and nothing's going to change my mind. And I think Phil Jones could play like the best centre-back in the world, as I've said before. But I've given up on him. Even if he played like the best, if he played like Van Dijk for 6 months, I'd still expect him to get injured and be out for another 6 months. I just don't get the point in Phil Jones. I've got to be honest with you. And I'm sort of glad that Ollie's picked him in many ways, because I think we've all been living under this positivity cloud, and that's great. But reality is that not everything is positive. In the real world, not everything is positive. So, I think the Phil Jones selection for me is a little bit of a reality bite. I'm not negative about it. I'm just sort of like, yeah, I love what's happened to United. I love what's going on. But I'm not going to start loving Phil Jones because of it. I still think that he should not be given a new contract and should be kicked out of the club. But I hope he has a stormer tonight. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, the worst thing about it is that his injury record is absolutely atrocious for club. And I think the only way that he doesn't get injured is if he doesn't play. It's as simple as that. So no amount of whether Mourinho picked him or whether Ollie's going to pick him now is, I don't think long term is going to help us or the club going forward at all. He's one of those players that, I suppose, to me, he's there to make up the numbers, really. I think if Bailly was fit today, or Rojo or Smalling, I think one of them would have been in instead of him tonight. But I don't think he warrants a new contract, not at all. He's not worth paying out the wages for, to be honest, and those wages could be used elsewhere on a better player.
Of course, football at the highest level is about thin, slim margins, and it could well be that I said this, and I want United to do this as well. It could well be that Solskjaer has thought, you know what, I want a lot of goals tonight. I want to play well tonight. If I pick Phil Jones at the back, Cardiff are going to think they've got a chance and they're going to attack us, and then we can do them at the other end. So it might just be a tactical masterpiece to pick Phil Jones so that Cardiff come out and have a go, and then we can hit them on the break.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've already seen a significant change already. I mean, the bench, Delo is on the bench, Bay's on the bench, Fred on the bench, Pereira on the bench. Those are 4 players that under Mourinho would never really be on that bench at all. It's Mourinho has his excuses under his reign, but this is, I think, a fresh start for Paul Pogba. I think he comes back into the team. He's had a good rest. He's been slated by the media and by fans, and this is a chance tonight for him to prove what he's all about. If he's got that free license, that free reign in this squad, he can make things happen, and on his day, he's probably the best outfield player that we've got.
Yeah, there's a good point here from Krishna, which I'd mentioned already, but for people who aren't aware, this is, before a ball's been kicked, we're down to 7th place, but massive news is that Chelsea were at home to Leicester today. They are in 4th place. We've all expected them to win. They've lost. I thought even if we beat Cardiff, we're still going to be 11 points off 4th because Chelsea will win. They've lost. If we were to win today, we would be 8 points off 4th place, which from this morning to be 11 to 8 points off is a massive positive for us because Chelsea would expect to beat Leicester at home. This dream of top 4 for me, Marcus, was almost mission impossible. I said it's very unfair for any new manager to have that expectation, and I think we've got to be very careful of throwing that expectation out there. But it's nice that maybe that impossible dream, or almost impossible dream, is open to us, and what a start it would be if we can win tonight, be 8 points off top 4, and start positivity continues. I mean, I still think top 4, 8 points is massive, but it's that incentive again. There's so many incentives tonight for United, and Leicester have done us a huge favour, and win tonight and you close that gap from 11 to 8. It's not double figures anymore, so that's a massive thing for us to go for.
It is, definitely, and we've got some, I wouldn't say particularly easy games going into the Christmas period. I mean, I don't think any game in the Premier League you could say easy or is a given right to win it, but we're going into the Christmas period playing significantly lesser teams than the teams around us, so it is a massive incentive. It's a massive incentive for the players as well to, once Ollie gets his philosophy in there, gets them playing the way he wants them to play, it's onwards and upwards for me at this time. The game on Boxing Day, you would think at Old Trafford we would win that, but you never say never. Look what's happened today with City and Chelsea.
Exactly. Daryl Brands 1919 says, or he's playing Jones to convince the board we need defenders badly. Look, at the end of the day, you're never going to get everything you want. You're never going to get anything you want. I mean, even Sir Alex Ferguson used to pick 11s that I didn't agree with as a fan. It's just the way football is. The point is, Phil Jones has been picked today. 90% of the fan base wouldn't pick Phil Jones, but United are managed by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think a lot of it's to do with Carrick and McKenna. And I think the jury's out on Carrick and McKenna. A lot of people love McKenna because he did such a great thing with the youth setup. A lot of people love Carrick because he was an ex-brilliant player for Manchester United. But they've been under Jose Mourinho for 5 months, and they've got to take some responsibility for that. And they either spin it around and start being the sort of people we want at Manchester United, or they don't. And I think they're responsible for the team selection tonight. So I think whatever happens, It's about the performance. It's about the approach from minute one. We speak about Jose Mourinho's Manchester United, Marcus, and we know that it's sit back, pragmatic, not on the front foot. What I want to see, not even in the first 5 minutes, in the first minute, I want to see that whole team pressing. And which is why I'm disappointed Eric Bay's not playing, really, because he's an aggressive, quick to the ball centre-back, and I would like to have seen him playing, and Dalot. But we've got Young, and I think Young's playing because he's the captain, and I don't think he should be the captain. But they've all got to go out there today and put in a bloody shift. And if we go and win 3 or 4-0, we won't give a shit about Phil Jones.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we can already see from the team selection, especially the bench. Mourinho, would he have had Dalot on the bench? I don't think so. I think he would have had Valencia in there. It's Pogba has come back in as well. And again, I think it's all to do with the tactics. It all goes round to how United start the game. They've got to start on the front foot. They know they can't afford to slip up if the aim is top 4. I think that's what it's got to be. It's got to be a high intensity. It's got to be the quick play, the quick passing from back to front. Not just sit back and wait and see what the opposition can throw at us. So I think Herrera has got a massive part to play today in getting that ball from the back and playing it forward.
Definitely. Shamath Kamath Fitness says, have you seen the tweet by Sanchez? I think he's lying. So Alexis Sanchez denied sending the message betting that Mourinho was going to get the sack. But then he's done a video this morning of himself driving into Carrington with some music playing, free at last or something like that.
Yeah.
And David Bentley says, do you believe the team will play much more attacking football today, or is it too much to ask for at this point in time? Well, that's a good point, David. Let me just close off Sharas Kamath Fitness's point. Look, I ain't got a problem with Alexis Sanchez. If he is saying that Mourinho stifled him and ruined him, he wouldn't be the first player. I think too many fans, from my point of view, are getting too het up and moody about our players being happy that Mourinho's been sacked. If we're happy that he's been sacked, why shouldn't the players whose careers have been basically destroyed be happy about it? And I think people are just going, well, it's not very professional. He's not the manager of Manchester United anymore. Now's the time to be happy if you want to be happy.
Yeah, definitely. I think if even if you're in a normal 9-to-5 job, if you're not happy with your boss or your manager, you are quite entitled to express your opinion about that person. He's not the manager of Manchester United anymore. Every fan could see what he was doing to the club, how he's brought the club down, lowered expectations, and if they want to turn around and say, well, finally, we can play our football the way we want to play, then I don't see a problem with it. I mean, I don't think that. I think a lot of it's a mountain out of a molehill. I think it's a lot of people. There's not that much press about United, so the media are jumping on the players now, because they don't know what Ollie's going to bring to the side.
That's why I think if United go out, if I was a Manchester United player, I would be like, let's go out, let's smash them, let's win 3 or 4-0 and shut the press down, because then they've got nothing to moan about. Because I think the press at the moment are trying to do the victim Mourinho and put it on the United players because it keeps the story going. I think we just got to be very open-minded as fans.
I was going to say, if the media started jumping on Ollie and started to try and turn the fans against him straight away, I think there'd be an absolute backlash from the fans towards them. Yeah, there's no way. They can't print their papers or make up any stories about the new guy coming in. So, they turn to the players that have been in the media all season and the players that haven't been performing. So they've got to sell their papers one way or another. Unfortunately, the majority of it is absolute crap as far as I'm concerned.
And the interesting thing is that, remember Alan Shearer, he went to manage Newcastle for the last few months of the season. They still got relegated. I remember many years ago, I think Stuart Pearce did it at Nottingham Forest, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is doing it at Manchester United now. And I think no matter, even if it goes badly, we won't turn against him, because it will just be disappointment, it didn't work out, and frustration, but we won't turn against Solskjaer. Very few people will, because of his history at the club. David Bentley did say, do you believe the team will play much more attacking football today, or is it too much to ask at this point? I don't think it is too much to ask, Marcus. I don't think we're going to get the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer completed vision, because he's not had long enough. But I would expect a manager that wants to attack, even if he only has 2 hours, you'll see a change in the team, because he's not. They're chalk and cheese. Mourinho and Solskjaer's tactics are so different. We're surely going to see something very different.
Yeah, definitely. I think, I'm hoping to see that if Cardiff do score, that United will attack. And I mean, when I say attack, I mean like properly attack. Go for the jugular, like they used to. Like Ollie knows how United used to play like that. With Mourinho, it was very cheap possession. We'll work the openings. Not very forward and taking risks. And I think hopefully Solskjaer will bring that to the team. There are plenty of attacking players in there. There's plenty of players in there that can score. There's forward-thinking players. So I'm hoping they go for it. They just give a bit of confidence. That's what I'm looking for as well. The confidence in the team, cohesion in the team. A lot of talkers. Everyone would know their role today, I think.
Extreme Xavier says we're 10 minutes away. Brace yourself. I'll tell you what, you're spot on, mate. This is the start of something new, and it's also the end of something shit. That's the thing for me. All right, it's a new dawn. We don't know what's going to happen, but it's the end of something shit I'm ecstatic about. That needed to end. I'm sorry, all due respect to Jose Mourinho, but that needed to end. Mehdi, that is the starting lineup for United. De Gea in goal, Ashley Young, Phil Jones, Lindelof, Luke Shaw, Matic, Herrera, Pogba, Lingard, Rashford, Martial. There's issues with that team. There are issues with that team. For me, Young and Jones shouldn't be playing. It should be Delo and Bailly. For me, Matic shouldn't be playing. Herrera should be there, and Lingard should be in the midfield three with Pogba. And Lingard's position should be Matters. But, I still think we're hopefully going to have enough to win it. What's your score prediction, Marcus?
I'm going to go 2-0 with United. I really can't see anything other than a United win, because whenever there's a change in manager, change in personnel, you just get an extra 10-20% out of the players. I think you've seen what's happened at Southampton since they've sacked their manager. Fulham as well. Okay, they're not really picking up results, but they're playing a good way of football. So I think United, for me, it's 2-0 result.
Yeah, I don't know whether Southampton won today, but they...
yeah, they did.
Yeah, I mean, that manager is, may not be, what's the word? Glamorous. But if you know anything about him, he's very good. And 2 wins out of 2, this is it. This is what I expect. And you know what? The thing is, when Mourinho wasn't sacked on Monday, I was really annoyed, because I was like, we've got such winnable games in front of us now for Mourinho to start scamming people again and win these 4 games. I think it was the perfect time to give a new manager a chance, because they definitely are 4 winnable games for Manchester United, and especially with a change in momentum. I'm not demanding 12 points from 4. I'm expecting them, as we approach kickoff, this is not about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now. He can only do so much. He can come in, he can tell them what United's all about, he can tell us what United's all about, but the players, if they don't perform, or they perform like they have done for the last 8 months, we won't win this game. So now it's all about the players, and this is where the pressure comes, because I'm sure Jose Mourinho, wherever he is probably... is said to everybody around him, I don't want any knowledge of any football today, because he knows if United win today, it's going to be all open season on Jose, isn't it? But the players have got to prove Mourinho wrong, and obviously I want United to prove him wrong, so I hope that they do it.
Well, there is that, but you've got to think, Mourinho didn't do nothing to help himself. He shot himself in the foot from the start of the season, from the very first pre-season game in America, where he said he wouldn't pay to come and watch that. From then, it's been downhill, rapid decline. He's never looked happy. Even his press conference and his post-match interviews, he's never really done them with a smile on his face. And that, for me, when I saw Solskjaer's first interview yesterday, he was always smiling. He was so happy. He was absolutely grateful to be there. And that, to me, it will significant change in the approach and the mentality in the team. Yeah,
I agree. Look, he 100% had to go, and he's gone now, and we move on as Manchester United will do. Ignore the timer at the moment. I'm just testing it out, and it works. So let's reset that. And I'll start that as soon as we're up and running. Well, we are 6 minutes away from the start of something very, very special for Manchester United, hopefully. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the United Stand. It's been a crazy, crazy week for the United Stand and for the community. And remember, we're live after the game. We're taking your calls, so get involved with that. We're also going to be doing the call-in for you lot as well. So get involved with that as well. Subscribe, bottom right hand corner, fan cams, flex, the first fan cams on the new dawn. I can't wait to see what the match going fans have got to say, because they crave positivity, and I hope that they get some today. Brad Killer 21 has made a contribution to tell us that Crystal Palace beat Manchester City 3-2. Thanks, Brad. I don't think anybody knew that, but no, seriously, they did lose 3-2, which was stunning. Liverpool in pole position now for the title, which is scary. Cardiff have a new striker in Phil Jones, says Roy Keane, simply the best. I hope not. Like somebody said, he ain't wearing the pink boots because it's not a penalty shootout to miss. He's wearing the white boots, which means out goals galore. To be honest, I hope he's wearing the pink boots because we can't have a penalty shootout today. But they've just shown him he's in white boots. Great. White boots with pink trim by the looks of it. He's gone for a combo. Bloody tin of salmon.
Best of both worlds. Then.
Yeah. He must be aware that United fans generally think he's shit, you know.
Do you know, as bad as he is, I just think for some reason they pick him because of his experience. I think that's all it is. I mean, as stupid it is to say, but what else could you pick him for? It's not his playing ability. It can't be, anything like that. So it's got to be the fact that he's just been his experience at United. That's all it could be. The players are just coming out of the tunnel.
We must also remember that as much as we love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and he's been, a breath of fresh air, he's like an airwave. He is an inexperienced manager at this level, and this is where I still feel we shouldn't. Even with Solskjaer, we're miles away from the title. This is nowhere near a title-winning team, even if it goes 100% to plan. Ole is very inexperienced, and we still have this problem in the club that it's got no leaders in it. It hasn't got any leaders, and I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer knows what a leader is because he played with great leaders, the Roy Keanes, the Gary Nevilles, the Vidic, the people like that. And that team just hasn't got leaders. And no matter how well they play, they don't have leaders. And that's something they're going to have to either develop over the next few months, and people are going to have to step up to the plate. People like Ander Herrera, hopefully. Or we're going to have to start buying that sort of player. And that's something I did want to say before this game kicks off, because we're very close to kickoff. We are still a team that lacks leaders, and teams that lack leaders still will have moments where they struggle. Red Jedi says, I can honestly say I'm proud of the club for taking the first step towards a rebuild. We need to be patient and give the players a chance, in my opinion. And I think that's a fantastic comment. Patience is massively, massively important. And there will be setbacks. There will be setbacks, 100%. But as long as the players and the club are moving in the right direction, and there is that, passion, intensity, consistency, effort, and ability to try and play the game the right way, then I think United fans will be patient. What we don't want to see is people slamming their heads down in frustration and stuff like that. It's got to be a very, very different Manchester United. And, what we must remember as well is even if we only get 60 minutes of it today, it's still 15 minutes more than Mourinho ever gave us, because let's not forget, we don't want to talk about Mourinho, but we were a half a side. We only ever played for half a game. If today we play well for 60 minutes, I'll be over the moon, because we never did that under Jose consistently. So that's something to remember and keep in your mind as well.
Yeah, I think another major thing will be if we're chasing the game late on, will he do the normal routine of chucking Fellaini on? That is another thing you've got to look out for.
I would hope not. No. But then again, if it's Carrick and McKenna, maybe they will.
Well, you never know. I mean, there are some. I mean, Pereira's played out on the right-hand side a couple of times. Mata is predominantly out on the right-hand side. There's enough attacking talent in that first 11 and on the bench to win the game. And even to get an equaliser if need be. There's no need for him to turn his attentions to Fellaini to chase a last gasp winner or equaliser.
Definitely. Okay, so we're very, very close to the kickoff here. Can't leave him on his own. And let's... Oh, we're a minute away from kickoff. So here it is. I mean, look, we've been building towards this. Some people are excited about Christmas. I think most Manchester United fans have been excited about this. And we are very, very close to a new dawn. And you know, we're not going to have time to sit back. I'm watching from second one how United approach this game. I think it's very important how they start from minute one. And Sharath Kamath Fitness says, I know times have not been great, but it makes me so happy to see academy graduates play for us every single game. Yeah, well, I don't think Jose Mourinho would not have been allowed to stop that one happening. Lineup looks energetic. Only disappointment is Jones and Young. Let's be positive, though, says Top Geezer. We're about to kick off. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the channel. It's underway. A new dawn for Manchester United. Cardiff kickoff. Luke Shaw's the first United player to touch it under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's career as Manchester United manager. Phil Jones heads it to a Cardiff player. And we're off. Well, it's Cardiff on the ball at the moment. And where's the energy? Come on. Where's the energy? I mean, Pogba just doesn't look an energy player. I've always said in his defence, he's not an energetic player. He's got a languid style. It doesn't mean he's lazy. But let's have it, Shane Bradley. We love that line. Let's have it. I haven't said that in a long time. So they've got this. Cardiff have got this bloody. Is he the Icelandic bloke who can chuck it half a mile? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Surprises me Eric Bay's not playing. You know, when they've got a player like that. But Matic there with a first time ball. Oh, if only Lingard could have been on there. And look how far forward Ander Herrera is as well. That's massively encouraging.
Yeah, it looks to me like Matic is going to be the one sitting deep out the two.
But again, Matic there. 3 touches and a backwards pass, 30 yards. Go forward. Here he is again. Pass the ball forward, please. Yes. Forward. Already, I don't like this. It's little tiki-taka pass side. Get it fucking forward. Come on, let's see some energy. This is not different from Mourinho so far. Here we go. Forward, forward. Look forward. Parking the bus though, Cardiff, straight away, to be fair.
Well, so far, I mean, the intentions are there to get the ball forward, not to hold on to it and go back to defence or De Gea.
Yeah.
The movement from Lingard so far has been pretty good. Pogba's had a couple of touches on the ball as well, feel his way back into it.
I saw people in the live comments about it. Matic is absolutely essential. He gets so much of the ball, he's got to move it quick. If he doesn't move it quick, we're very slow. Here we've got a free kick from distance here. Yep. Probably about 35 yards out. A little bit late on Pogba. I'd let Pogba at this, not Rashford.
But you know, already Pogba picking up those pockets of space and looking to chip the ball over the top. Already looking to go forward. I don't think I've ever seen Herrera play that far forward either.
I know, yeah, it's good to see. Instead of this bloody... Matic is running it, St. Columbo. That's what I was trying to say. It's really important that Matic takes limited touches and just rotates the ball. Because as Sam Howe says, he's a bit too slow. Pogba needs to push Rashford off this. I don't want Rashford on this free kick. Watch him... I don't care if he scores it, but I think this is more Pogba's range than it is Rashford's.
Yes, more for...
No, Rashford's going to hit this. Yes! Get in! 1-0 Manchester United! It's Marcus Rashford, thunderstruck, straight through the wall, back of the net, 3 minutes in, and what a symbolic goal it is for Manchester United, because it's Marcus Rashford from the youth setup, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, from Manchester United's history, United through and through, and it's Marcus Rashford who smashes it home. Get the jam out. We're having jam on toast, Marcus. A lovely, beautiful, sweet hit from Marcus Rashford as we watch it back. I don't know whether it catches a bit of the wall, but that is exactly the sort of start you want. Ronaldo-esque from Marcus Rashford.
Absolutely fantastic start. The first 3 minutes, United's first attack of the game, and it's in the back of the net. Okay, it was a set piece, but I mean, fantastic. The build-up play to get the free kick was pretty decent in the first place. But what a strike from Rashford. I think it takes a little bit of a nick off the wall. I see Ed Woodward was smiling there, looking around.
Well, if you're Jose Mourinho, you wouldn't be watching this game anyway. You really wouldn't be watching it now. You'd be like, how many times could he not get an early goal? And, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, within the first 5 minutes, United are 1-0 up. And that, it's just got a feeling. There's a positivity about United this week. And there is that, maybe he's just blessed. Maybe there's something about this guy that just has that magic that can make things happen. But it's early days. And it's 1-0. And I'm so glad that Rashford scored because, to be honest with you, I want Marcus Rashford to be our number 9. I don't want Lukaku to be it. And I know Lukaku's going through some difficult times and we wish him all the best. But on a football pitch, for me, I want Marcus Rashford up front. Well, we haven't scored 2 yet. Solskjaer out, says Kaio the maker. Yeah, seeing the banter's even going in. But
does anyone remember in the comments last time we scored in the first 3 minutes? I don't. It's been such a long time since we've approached a game like this.
I don't think it does catch a deflection. I think it's just
I think it's straight in, isn't it?
The movement of the ball past the wall, yeah. Lovely. Oh, God. I feel a release of tension because we've got something to, we're basically starting the game 1-0 up. We've scored that early. We're starting the game 1-0 up, and it just means that Cardiff, who even before we scored looked like they were sitting back a bit, it means that, they're going to have to come out and attack us a little bit now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for everyone who was saying Trashford, I never doubted the boy whatsoever. He should be Manchester United's main man, I think, going forward.
Here's Martial down that left-hand side. Everybody wants a bit. Lingard, come on, get your head switched on.
This is good football from United. Very good football.
Well, I just think the contrast is always going to be there because the mindset and the approach is just totally different. They want to attack and they want to attack fast, whereas with Jose, we're just lethargic side to side, weren't we?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's the nuts in your mouth, mate, that brought us a bit of good luck. I think. I mean, United have started so brightly. Cardiff are absolutely being pushed back. I'm surprised the intensity that United has shown when Cardiff got the ball.
That was a soft free kick, that was.
Yeah.
That was soft. That was softer than a butterfly's fart in cotton wool. It was terrible. Yeah. I don't even know what happened. Why have they got a bloody free kick?
Oh, I think he's looked for that one, I think. Con the ref. But, yeah, I mean, there's not much in that at all.
This will be bloody sod's luck if they score from this. It looked soft to me. Yeah. Matic looks a lot better. He does, because he's been told to move the ball quicker, and maybe he's got more options. Game looks open already, says Sharath Kmet. Well, we're enjoying watching Manchester United for a change, aren't we? We're actually enjoying it. And I think that's gone over the bar from Murphy. Yeah. Yes, it has. But this is what I've been thinking all week. It's like, if Jose Mourinho was still in charge, I'd be dreading this game. Even if we were 1-0 up, I'd be like, I can't fucking stand this manager. I can't stand this style of football. We're going to sit back now. Fellaini's going to come on 70 minutes and we're going to just try and get over the line. But this is what. And I don't want to shout Liverpool out because they're top of the league and they don't need me shouting them out. But Liverpool, Spurs, City, Chelsea, Spurs, they enjoy watching their club every week because they play a brand of football when they play well that's good. We haven't had that for so long. It's just like we've been so deprived as a fan base. Red Jedi says, I will take at least 3 or 4 games for Ollie to nail down the tactics into the players' minds. Jose's tactics are embedded deep. Yeah, that's a good point. There will be hangovers from Mourinho's era that they're going to have to get rid of. But, yeah.
I remember it taking quite a couple of months to get the Van Gaal philosophy out of the players when Mourinho took over. So, yeah, I totally expect the complete same. I think probably in the next 4 or 5 games, taking us into January, I think Solskjaer will have his own stamp on the team. And, I think it's a busy period, isn't it, Christmas? It's like a game every 3 or 4 days. So there won't be much time for him to embed his tactics into the team yet. But a fantastic start by United, absolutely fantastic. Martial's seeing a fair bit of the ball down the left-hand side as well, looking to run forward. Quite surprised, Phil Jones going in quite tight on his man as well.
Nicholas P says it's like watching a baby learning to walk. Yeah, I mean, some of our passing's been a little bit wasteful. We're hitting the long ball, which is a little bit weird. I don't know why we're doing that when we've got people who are good on the ball. But have we got any moderators, Marcus? We're getting a few knobheads in there with the one-on-ones, and I'm actually spending time doing it.
I'll do it.
Time them out, and if they do it again, block them. If you put fake scores in, you'll get blocked. So you'll have to set new accounts up if you want to do it again. You'll just get blocked.
Yes. Yeah, Maria's here. I did see George Hartley here earlier, and Paul and Sophie as well. So
it's not 1-1. It's 1-0 to United. Abradan Sad, I'm having you. Unlucky. Oh, you're already gone.
Maria's got him. Yeah.
MJ's
here. So yeah, Maria and MJ's here. So that's fine.
Thanks, people. Thanks, MJ. Thanks, Maria.
Yeah, I'm Ryan's here. So, yeah, any fake scores, guys, just get rid of them, please.
67% for Manchester United in the last 5 minutes. I mean, look, it's not been we haven't started off on fire. We're not like bloody Liverpool or anything like that. It's been a bit of a 50-50 start, but we've got that goal. There's a little bit of intent. Martial into the wing. Corner ball. We'll have some of that. That's it. Direct. Nicholas P's right. There's going to be an element of adjustment for Manchester United, but and as I said, look, Leicester went to Stamford Bridge and won today. Palace went to the Etihad and won today. We're away to Cardiff. If those results can happen, then these results can. We could lose today. So there are levels to this performance, and I think if we can just get a win and have a decent performance, I'll be very, very happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. I think a win for the confidence will do the players, the whole team, the club, the fans, an absolute world of good. I mean, when Mourinho was in charge, we could predict how we were going to play before we even kicked the ball. We could predict the substitutions. Today, not really sure what subs he's going to change. The only defensive sided subs he's got really is Bailly, because Delo is an attacking right back. Fellaini, I suppose, if he wants to block up the defence, but would Solskjaer do that? I don't think he would. But already we're on the front foot, and we've had a corner in the game, which against Liverpool, I don't think we had a corner until about the 70th minute.
Oh God, that worried me.
Lucky.
Cross comes in along the ground. Phil Jones is in front of his own goal, and you're like, oh God, he's missed. He's missed it. Thank God. Chance for Phil Jones, and he's put it wide as the cross comes in front of De Gea. I'm joking, he cleared it, but you know what I mean. Your heart's in your mouth when a cross comes in near Phil Jones. Stephen King's right. The first 12 minutes have absolutely flown by. But United lead 1-0. They've got this Icelandic player who just chucks it in the box. Phil Jones gets up well there, to be fair.
Yeah, I've seen Ashley Young get skinned a couple of times down the right-hand side. He's not the quickest, I think.
Head clash here with Patterson and I think it's Matic. No, it's Luke Shaw. Why does Luke Shaw always get bad head injuries?
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate. I think he might be all right, but this happened to him against England, didn't it?
Yeah.
For England as well.
Yeah.
So unlucky with injuries, Luke Shaw.
Yeah, I think United centre backs, even the wing back, the right and left back, got to keep an eye on Hoylett.
Head's the bottom of Patterson's head there. So,
nasty one. Nasty one.
Hopefully he'll be all right.
Yeah. Just taking a bit of time out here for the head clash.
Yash Patel's right. He puts his head where it hurts. He does. He's a courageous player. Make sure you subscribe. What if you're new? Bottom right hand corner. Get involved with the United Stand. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. We've got fan cams. We've got a call in tonight. It's your first chance to have your say on the week and the result tonight as well. So subscribe. Get your notifications on by clicking the bell and get involved with the United Stand. We'd like to hit 325,000 tonight. So if you want to help us, please do click the share button underneath. Just watching Rashford's goal back again.
Yeah.
Warnock not happy with the wall, using the F word.
Yeah, Luke Shaw seems fine. Take it easy with him for a couple of minutes, make sure he's all right.
Well, we could bring Dello on. Connor's right, we could bring Dello on.
Yeah, I mean, Dello could go at right back, Ashley Young could go at left back. But great start by United. Very positive opening 15 minutes.
I mean, I didn't, I'm going to be the voice of reason. I'm very positive about United at the moment. We are winning, but we haven't actually created a chance yet. And, neither have Cardiff. It's been quite a tight game. So, let's keep the positivity. Let's keep building. But I'm not going to lie and say, there's a massive improvement in United, because we haven't really had enough of the game yet to see that. But we have got the goal, and I think Mourinho would be sat at home saying, "Why didn't I ever get those goals?" Because it's a foul and a set piece, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, it was a good bit of forward play from Pogba. I mean, that's the thing. Under Mourinho,
Martial cut back. I'll get it away. How do I become a moderator? Says Ben Dargy. You have to go on a course. You have to go away to the Himalayas for 4 years and all that. It's tough. It's a life commitment. Odin says I'm patient and good seeing Phelan, says Sandmore. I think he could be really fundamental for United. What I've liked is that Matic has played the ball forward a hell of a lot in this first 15 minutes, and I think that is something we just didn't see under Mourinho.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Martial's actually attacking the fullbacks of Cardiff.
There's a ball. Ashley Young's in acres there.
Yeah, good ball on there.
Matic just tried it, but terrible ball by Matic.
Lindelof and Jones are reading the play very well when it's coming to the Cardiff centre forward. But United, it's nice to see United playing in the opposition's half instead of just passing it around the halfway line. Every ball is looking, the players are looking around them, seeing where the runners are. I mean, Pogba has been heavily involved as well. I think,
to be honest with you, I mean, I know it's only 15 minutes in, but Matic is probably the best player for United so far because he's been on the ball so much.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking to play the ball forwards, but he's still taking that, that extra 2 touches on the ball. He's still not quite there in terms of quickness.
Oh no, I think a lot of people would say Matic is playing well, but I still would say he is the problem in the United team. If you swapped Matic for a Kante or a Fernandinho, we'd be a much better team. That position is so important, and we're already seeing that because he's been on the ball the most. And I think Matic is a bit like Mourinho. He's had his best days. He is still too slow, and I don't think his passing range is up to it. But against somebody like Cardiff, it's like Carrick towards the end of his career. You could stick him in and he'll run the game. Whether Matic can do that against the top 6 sides, probably not. But he's having a good game tonight. But to me, that just highlights even more what an important position it is and how important it is that we actually get somebody who is a bit more mobile and a bit better on the ball. I've had a contribution here from Jacob Hexamar. We all talked about the Van Gaal hangover 3 years ago, but I think the Jose hangover will take even longer to get out of the players. Yeah, well, all we can hope and demand really is that the players put in a performance tonight. And I still think some of them aren't good enough. Even watching this game in the first 20 minutes, I've got to be honest with you and say some of my excitement from the week has evaporated a little bit because I think, some of our players they're just not good enough. They're not. And I'm not going to name them because that's unfair, but I look at them and I think, you're not good enough.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what's going to happen in January, do you? I mean, I think we know the players that aren't good enough to play for the club. Even under Van Gaal, there was a couple that wasn't good enough. And especially under Mourinho, his playing styles just did not make them look any better. So hopefully with an attacking philosophy and attacking mentality that Solskjaer hopefully brings to the club now, we might see them flourish a bit better. But Lingard's been a little bit quiet, I think, for the first 20 minutes. Not really involved anything, stuck out there on that right-hand side.
I prefer Lingard more central. I don't know about you.
Well, I think the last few games where he's played at the tip of the midfield three, isn't he? So, yeah, I mean, I'd like to have us a natural right winger, but I don't think that's going to happen until the summer.
I tell you what, there's a lot more energy and there's a lot more intent from United, but our passing's shit. Some of our passing's been absolutely atrocious in this game. We've hit every long ball we've hit hasn't hit the player. But I think this is probably to do with the hangover. The players probably aren't used to playing this way anyway. Byron Hall says, I believe it will not take as long for the Jose mentality to scrub off as the players are desperately seeking change. It will be gone in 4 months, easy. And Donald says that Matic didn't play so many forward passes all season as he has in the first 15 minutes here. You're probably right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember Matic even having a shot under Mourinho.
It's an open game though, and I think if United can get the second goal, look at Pogba, Rashford, get your head up.
Look,
that's Rashford's. Go on. He's got to put that away. That's Rashford's problem. He's looking at Martial the whole time, and Pogba's making a great run to the right, but he never gets his head up to look.
Well, that's one of the main differences Pogba can bring to this team. That run from midfield. That's what he's in there for. He has got great ability, Pogba, and I do think some of the treatment that's been handed out to him has been totally unfair. Yeah, I mean Rashford, he's always looking to the left there. Pogba's busting a gut to get through the middle.
I think Rashford and Martial are swapping a little bit because Rashford's on the left at the moment.
But United started well. They have started well.
See, that's Lindelof, the centre-back, doing a 1-2 and running into the box. That's good to see.
Yeah, I mean, United aren't afraid to chuck players forward in this game. I mean, they're keeping hold of the ball well in the last few minutes. Passing has not been absolutely fantastic, but they are retaining possession. Cardiff look like they're the ones parking the bus here at the minute, and United are absolutely chucking everyone forward apart from the centre. Well, I can't even say apart from the centre backs because Lindelof was just forward.
Yeah, you'd hope that as the weeks go on, we actually do get better and better at this, because I think the intensity is definitely there, but we're just very rusty at moving the ball quick because we're not used to doing it. We must remember it's not Ollie's team, says Hannibal Wolf. And Nicholas P, we're asking guys to attack who haven't been allowed to for years. It's like freeing Nelson Mandela and asking him to run a marathon straight away. Yeah, it's a good analogy as well. I think there is a lot of intent from United, but maybe you're right. I think that the passing has been off because we're not used to doing it, and it will take time. But it's the perfect game for us to do it.
The intensity that they're playing at, the tempo that they're playing at, will only help with their fitness as well. So, things will only improve. But United are, they're picking up the 50-50s now on the loose balls.
Ashley on the free kick here, swing it in. We don't have a massive amount of height in this team, to be fair. Although, Matic is over 6 foot.
Yeah.
Pogba's over 6 foot.
There was an incident just now where Phil Jones was trying to play a 1-2 with Rashford down the left-hand side.
Corner. Pogba was up. Good defensive header by Cardiff.
Interesting game so far. Very interesting.
Well, yeah, it's great that United are ahead, but we are the away team, and I do feel that the second goal is absolutely is essential, because you do feel that Cardiff, although they haven't had a chance yet, they're very much in the game. It's quite United have been the better team, but we haven't really created many chances.
Yeah, but you can tell by the style of play, the 1-2s, Lingard and Lindelof, Rashford and Jones, the communication, they're talking between themselves. So things are already looking up in the first 25 minutes.
Phil Jones, I think he thinks he should have scored. That would have silenced us all. I've never thought about how I'd react to a Phil Jones goal. Obviously, I would be happy. I'm joking, but I would feel a bit of a hypocrite. But obviously, he's wearing a United shirt, so I can celebrate. Tough, Phil.
The positions that they were taking up in the box as well. They don't seem to be on top of each other. That's the thing as well. No one's interfering with someone else. Everyone knows their role in this team so far.
I mean, Sol Lund says we should be dominating this game. I disagree. I think that's the sort of expectation we need to eradicate, because we're a shit team. We're a shit team until we're proved otherwise. And I think a lot of people are expecting us to be a great team at the flick of a switch just because Ollie's come in and be really positive. You can't just go from a team that's been shit for 8 months to a team that dominates a Premier League side. I mean, maybe we can do that, but it's certainly not what my expectations would have been. It's going to take a bit of time. I think Solskjaer would be absolutely ecstatic with the start, though. We're 1-0 up. It was always going to be a tough game. Cardiff are clearly going to be a very physical team that puts a lot of effort in. And
let's not forget, so far, coming up 26 minutes, Cardiff not had an opportunity at all yet. So they've not created anything. So the defence has stood quite firm.
Neither team has, though, really.
But even just looking at the manner, the body language of the players, they actually seem like they actually want to play football.
Yeah, we're making a lot more risky passes. Like even Phil Jones there whacking it into the feet of Pogba when he's got 2 players on him. We just wouldn't play that pass under Mourinho. We look rusty, but effort and intent look great, says Patrick St. Pierre. I think that would be my assessment of the first 25 minutes, Patrick, as well, that we do look very rusty, but the effort and intent has been good. Alligator says if Lindelof had that run into the box under Mourinho, he would have been shipped back to Lisbon in a rowboat. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he would be like, what the hell are you doing? So we have definitely seen the change in attitude, of course, in the first 25 minutes, which I think I would have been stunned if we hadn't. But yeah, the rustiness is going to be there a bit. I think if we can it's a big if, but if we can get out of this game with 3 points, you've then got 2 games at home, security blanket of Old Trafford. Obviously, the crowd are going to be like the 12th man in both those games because positivity reigns. And then hopefully over those 2 games, you get you lose some of that rustiness, and then Newcastle away at the end. But it's all if, buts, and maybes. But I think if we can just get out today with a win, it will stand us in really good stead for the next 2 games where we've got the security blanket of Old Trafford.
Yeah, definitely. I'm loving the energy levels here of Rashford chasing down, starting from the front, forcing the Cardiff players into mistakes. Aditya123 says, I'm enjoying your watch along from India. Thanks for the contribution, Aditya. He's in India, we're not. And interesting here, the way I spoke about this on the preview. De Gea's got it. Defensive centre-backs split to take the ball, and the full-backs are always forward, like they're almost like wingers. He's refused it this time, though, and he's going to go long. And it's worked. Oh, it nearly worked. Nearly.
Well done, Pogba.
Already...
to Herrera. Don't shoot, Herrera. Oh! What a hit! What a hit!
Wow.
What a hit! Have some of that! I'm happier than a dog with 3 tails. We've been playing football like playing darts with spaghetti, and he's arrowed that. Tungsten tipped, absolute darts it home. Under Herrera. What did I say just before it? Don't bloody hit it. And he's fucking smashed the net off. Have some of that. It's lube. Get the lube, Marcus. It's lube football. We're 2-0 up. And woohoo! Have some of that. I don't know whether there's a deflection or not.
No, what an absolute belter that was. I mean,
It's a big deflection. To be fair, it's a big deflection.
But I think it was it Pogba or Martial that came in from the left hand side.
It's Pogba's pass, yeah.
Acres of space there in the middle, and again, he's the first time he's thinking of I'm just going to bang this one, and it's got him.
I tell you what, it's the old thing, isn't it? If you don't buy a lottery ticket, you don't win the lottery. And how many times would Herrera under Mourinho probably look to his left or right for a pass, but in this new world, he thinks I'm going to hit it, and if you know what, he's hit it, and lube football, like I said, that bit of lube, it just skims off the Cardiff player. We're 2-0 up, and an element of luck, yes, definitely. But it's that positivity, right? They've got a corner here, Cardiff, so we just need to ride this out before we go too much. But I tell you what, match of the day is looking fantastic tonight. Chelsea lost, City lose, and United could get a win. But we've got to deal with this corner. Rashford's cleared that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, absolutely, what a finish there. I mean, even after the goal, seeing the celebrations on the bench, I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. Everyone just looks so united and happy.
Exactly, and 2 assists for Pogba.
Well,
he was fouled for the free kick, and his pass to Herrera was absolutely brilliant, actually, because it took out the whole of the Cardiff midfield. But
I think he's having an absolutely fantastic first nearly 31 minutes.
Alice Horton says, "Lube football, someone call the police. There's been a murder. There's been a murder. We're in Wales, not Scotland. That's Taggart. There's been a murder. I can't do Cardiff. I can't do Wales. That's been a murder. That's still Scottish. We're not going to do accents. But 2-0. Ollie's happy. Warnock's not. But these are the sort of, what this reminds me of. This is the sort of thing that City do. Not today. Chelsea do. Not today. Liverpool do. Spurs do. They go to teams like Cardiff and they win. And I've watched them win. And I'll go, oh, they're a little bit lucky there. But if your intent's right, you've got, like I say, you've got to take that shot for it to be a deflection. And if you're a Cardiff fan or you're a United hater, you will say, oh, it's lucky. But we weren't taking those shots under Mourinho. So we wouldn't get that look. And that's the point. We've took the shot and we've not created anything. We haven't actually created anything in this game. We've had 2 long shots and they've both gone in. Yeah,
but I mean, it's the confidence of the players. I mean, you've got to have confidence to take the shot on. Under Mourinho, they would have never have done that. Never have done that. You can guarantee Herrera would have gone backwards. There was no one around him. He would have thought,
Young's in. Oh, no. Yeah. That's a corner. Carl Williams says, nice for us to be leading instead of us being the ones down to start. Mark, you do a top job. Keep it up. How this looks good. Look, if we can just get out with the result today, I'll be very, very happy. A win today, 8 points off top 4 when I thought we'd be 11, even if we win because of that Chelsea result. It just gives us some positivity. Even with Liverpool top, I still think, we would be feeling positive.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to say as well, Lindelof has done a fantastic job at the back so far. I mean, Cardiff, they've not really created much, but Lindelof, when the ball's come in, he's been an absolute rock there at the back so far this game.
Young with the cross. Oh, Martial nearly.
Oh.
Pogba's on it though. We're still in there. Past the edge of the box.
Well,
thought Herrera was going to hit it again. Too many touches in the box here. Come on.
But, if you don't take the risk, if you don't take the shot on, you never know what's going to happen. So fair play to them for going for it.
Good play this, pointing at each other. Luke Shaw's not a good ball, that.
The communication is there as well. Fantastic. All the players, they know where each other is going to be. They know their roles. They know what they've got to do.
It just sums up United's week, really. That I wouldn't say there's an element of fortune to United being 2-0 up. I think there's an element of effort and work rate that justifies them being 2-0 up. You know, yes, we're not the complete package. Yes, we still look very, very rusty, but the effort, sort of, we're the ones trying to win the game. You know, we're certainly the better team. We've not created any clear-cut chances, but as I say, you know, we deserve to be 2-0 up, and that positivity of this week seems to be following through into the performance on the pitch, and it's great. It's great to see. This is great stuff so far. It's only Cardiff, though. Still think that Matic is taking too many touches. Hope it doesn't slow down in the second half. Well, I would hope that he would bring people on. And Anamande Rake says, sing it. Ole, 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 ole. Exactly. Well, I've got a better song than that. I'll sing it in a minute. But Ollie's army is here to stay, hopefully. And Herrera on the volley there. Didn't quite hit it, and that's a free kick. Luke Shaw's going to get booked. I think that's a dodgy yellow card. Michael Oliver, look at him. Yeah. Look at Michael Oliver, you prat. Sort of bloke who pretends he goes to strip clubs to listen to the music. Nah, not a yellow card for me. He's got every right to go for that. Oscar Svensson says the OGS doctrine, 73% possession and shoot. Oh, let me sing it in. Ollie's at the wheel. Tell me how good does it feel? We've got Sanchez, Pogba and Fred. Marcus Rashford is Manc born and bred. Do 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 do. Greatest of English football. We've won it all. Bit of Stone Roses, bit of Manchester United. I heard that today. That's what United fans were singing on the way down to Cardiff. Back of the net. We're happy. We know it's only bloody Cardiff, but you know what? If there are Liverpool fans or City fans taking the piss, when you've had what we've had for 8 months, you'd celebrate being 2-0 up against Cardiff. It's like winning the Champions League. It's been that shit for us for 8 months. So I make no apologies for enjoying this. Yeah, we are at rock bottom. We appreciate there's something very sad about it. What's he done? Is he giving a penalty? What's going on here?
Surely not.
What's he doing?
What the...
Oh, bog off. That's not a penalty. It's shoulder. He uses his shoulder. It's not a bloody handball. Fuck off. Get lost, Michael Oliver. Look at him. He's in the bloody strip club pretending he's listening to music. You're a bloody cheat, mate. You're an absolute cheat. You frigging cretin. You absolute cretin. Phil Dowd. No, Phil Dowd's not the ref. Bloody Michael Oliver. The ball bounces up and he uses his... Alright, probably does hit him there, but come on. That's not a bloody penalty. That's a bloody disgrace. What a joke. Absolute joke. I bet he slows down at car crashes, you bloody rubbernecking prick. There he is, look. Oh, I bet he works in a bloody tax office as well. Yeah, send him to prison. He's 10 pence off his tax. Twat. Absolute twat decision. Stupidity. Penalty to Cardiff. Banter. That lets them right back in the game for a shit penalty. It's a FIFA penalty, that is. For absolutely bloody nothing. Nothing. FIFA 19 glitch. Come on, Dave. Save it.
I've got confidence in De Gea to save.
Bastards. Absolute joke. They're back in it because of a shit linesman. Absolutely shit. Absolute. Look at him. Look at all the Cardiff fans. I don't even realise. I don't even know what a goal is. Bloody idiots. Fucking joke. What a joke. Yeah. That is a disgrace decision. Stupid. Yeah.
They've been gifted that, most definitely. He took that down on his right shoulder. That's not handball. Not at all. There's no way.
Someone call the police because we've been bloody robbed there. That's a frigging robbery. Look at them celebrating like they've scored a bloody worldie. You've just been handed a bloody FIFA glitch goal. And they're celebrating like they deserve it. Come on, United, up their arse. Let's have it. Come on, get the lube out. Let's have some more. Bloody, I don't want this being cheated. Go on, Shaw. Come on, I'm up for this now. Bloody jokers. Absolute. Michael Oliver's always the one. He's always the one. Bloody sad twat. That's what he is. He's only done it because he's had no Christmas cards and he wants them from Cardiff fans because nobody bloody likes him.
Well, I don't see how Rashford can control that ball any differently.
Nah, it's not. Technically, it's a bloody penalty, but it's a bloody It's an idiot. The thing is, it's a stupid penalty because there's no. I don't know what the rules are about penalties these days, and if somebody knows, but that is a shit decision because it's not deliberate, and he could easily just, it's like that part. I mean, it's just not a penalty. Stupid penalty decision that is. Absolute shit. I'm not happy about that.
No, that's very fortuitous in that they've been given a gift. They'll have their tails up now, so hopefully United just ride it out now until half time.
Idiots.
Yeah.
It's just not. Look, I know, because I don't even need to look at the live comments. We'll have United haters saying, oh yeah, technically it's a penalty. Shove your technical penalty right up your arse, because there's no way that should be given in a game of football.
I mean, it's not even the bottom part of his shoulder, it's the top part. So, no, never a penalty. I mean, he can't control how high the ball's bounced either. So he's not...
Yes! Get in! Get in! Get in! Justice jam on toast! You will not keep us down! It's Anthony Martial! He's on fire! It's Christmas! He's shitting snowballs! And it's 3-1 to Manchester United. And I don't even know if it is Martial, because I was actually doing a tweet at the time. But it's 3-1 to United, and we've scored a proper goal. No deflection, no set piece. He shits snowballs for fun. He's as cold as ice. He's ready to sacrifice. It's Anthony Martial. It's a 1-2 as well. It's Pogba. It's Lingard. It's Rashford. It's sexy. It's a fantastic goal. I missed it because I was tweeting. This is one of the goals of the season, Marcus. It's absolutely brilliant. Pogba, Lingard, Rashford, Martial. Woohoo! Oh, he's not just shitting snowballs. He can't stop. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Time for lube. That was it, mate.
That was the lube. We need more lube. Get down the chemist. We need more lube, because that was brilliant.
I mean, was it Martial picked it out the right? I mean, played it into Pogba. Pogba plays it into Lingard, and then Lingard back to Martial.
That is why we love football.
Absolutely fantastic. That was, absolutely fantastic play. I mean, between the two French players as well. Absolutely phenomenal.
That's what we came for.
And
that's what we came
that
for.
Football under Mourinho, no chance. Absolutely no chance.
Oh, Pogba.
I mean, he's
giving a foul to Cardiff there. He's a twat. See, we're that good. Even cheating linesmen and referees can't stop us now. 3-1, and it's not even half time. Oh, just that goal. That goal almost makes the last 4 or 5 months worth it, because we can play football. We can bloody play football. And that goal was football. I haven't even updated the score yet. That goal was football. That was football. That was the goal that Liverpool would love, that City would love, that Spurs would love. It was just absolutely brilliant. Luke Scorewiker says United. That, to me, will be the thing that keeps me hard till Christmas, because it was just a brilliant goal. And if you've not seen it, it's oozing sauce. You're right, I never say that. It was just so good. Martial, Pogba, Rashford, Lingard, whatever order it was, Martial finishes it off. It was quick. It was fast. It was sexy.
Very quick, yeah. No, none of them were looking around to go backwards or anything. That was the best part of it. Every single player involved in that move looked forward, and it's absolutely phenomenal. The run from Martial there as well. The drive to get into the box, knowing that he's got the confidence in his teammates around him to feed the ball into him. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, to quote Van Gaal, that was horny football, wasn't it?
It's lube football. That's what we call it on the United stand. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. And I think even the haters would say that was a goal. That was definitely a goal. Mr. Archer says bang average goal, to be fair. Mate, again, take your hate and and your face for a shit, to be honest, because I don't really care what you think. We are in a shit position. We are absolutely out of the title race. We've probably got very little chance of top 4. We've had so little to shout about this season, and we've not scored a goal like that in bloody ages. And actually, the 3 or 4 people involved in it are the 3 or 4 people that everyone really likes. And Pogba's involved again. Thomas Swade says, shoot, you won't ever score a goal if you don't shoot. Finish, this is fun to watch. What a goal. Thanks for the contribution, Thomas. That goal's what we came for. That's what we came here for.
Yeah, let's not forget as well, Pogba and Martial, they've not been in the team recently either, for whatever their reasons.
Oh, Rashford wasn't actually involved in the goal.
No.
I thought Rashford laid it off, but it was Lingard and Martial picked it up. But it's a cracking goal. Absolutely cracking goal.
No, these 2 players were the ones that kept him in the job in October. And, for whatever reason, he's refused to play him for the last few games. So, for them to come back into the team and play football like that, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But, I mean, Martial, he picked it up just over the halfway line, into Pogba, into Lingard, back to Martial in the back of the net.
He's loving it, Mark. He's absolutely loving it, Martial. He's into the box here. And
defenders didn't know what hit him.
Fake Kellyanne says, yes, Mark, come on, even Jones is attacking. I said that before the game. Look, do I agree with Phil Jones starting? I'm not going to be a hypocrite. No, it should be Bailly. Should Dalot be playing at right back instead of Young? Yes, he should. Do I want to see Matic moved out of the team long term? Yes, I do. But if we can carry players like that and still get results, because it's all about the attack, I can live with it. I can live with it. I'm not bothered.
I think second half, if he does make any changes, I mean, Martial, he's had quite a few runs down that left-hand side, and he's been getting into the box. He just looks so much more free, so much more happier running instead of going backwards.
I tell you what's the concern though for everybody, and they are right, is would we score a goal like that with Romelu Lukaku as the figurehead? You can't play quick football with Lukaku, and that's going to be his next issue.
Well, I mean, even does he warrant coming into this team the way they're playing? The way they're attacking. I don't think he does.
But that's a problem for another day. We're going to have to take it step by step and see how it goes.
2 out of the front 3 have scored the goals, and the man playing behind them, the man who's getting all the attention, has been involved in all 3 goals.
Martial's coming forward again here. Oh, reverse pass into Lingard. He's not offside. He's onside. Oh, imagine if we. Oh, I tell you what. I don't even want to. I don't want to put any expectation on this. If we can get another couple of goals, fantastic. But I'm already watching Match of the Day tonight with a cheese platter and some jam on toast, because it's been the best half of football I've seen all season from United. And I know it's only Cardiff, and I do think Cardiff are crap. It amazes me they're not in the bottom 3, but this is a game that I do not think United would win under Jose Mourinho. We've got a few super chats to read here, Marcus, then I'll come to you. Pradnir Wadki says, it's almost 12 a.m. here in India. I celebrated so loudly for that 3rd goal that my family and the neighbours are up frowning. I'm in tears. Ole, ole, ole. Top stuff. That's what we want to hear. Top geezer. Finally, Martial has a smile on his face now. He has the nod to attack. Come on, the Reds. Carlos Hernandez. I can't remember I feel this happy and excited to watch a United game. Some good comments there. Everybody's feeling good. More goals, please, says Tanks Empire. Well, you know what? I said this at the start, didn't we, Marcus? The thing for United now is, can they come out in the second half and do it? Good 45 minutes. We've never done it. Right.
It's going to be an interesting second half, and I think that's the best thing. That's the exciting thing. We've got another 45 minutes of this sort of football to come. I don't think they'll sit back. I think Ollie will turn around and say to them, keep going the way you're going. Everything is working. Everything's going to plan. You're playing well. All 11 players on that pitch are playing with a smile on their face. And that makes a huge, huge difference.
Yeah, well, it's half time. We are 3-1 up. And look, please do. We're getting close to 325,000 subscribers. I'd love to get a double whammy tonight as well. So please do subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. Share it if you're not new. Share the video. Subscribe. We've got fan cams. Imagine what the fans at the ground are going to be like with Flex later. Can't wait to see some positivity from United. We've not won yet, I must say that. We've got the call in for you after the game, the match reaction. So make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Get involved with the United stand. Let's see if we can hit 325,000 subscribers tonight. But Ole might give us a goal difference in his first game, says Sean Atwood. I don't know what we need to do that. Do we need to win by 3 clear goals? I think we were down by -2 at the moment. But what a half of football from Manchester United. It started off with a very early free kick in the first 5 minutes. Marcus Rashford from a foul on Paul Pogba. We thought it deflected off the wall. It was the Ronaldo swerve into the goal. After that, Ander Herrera shoots from distance. A lovely little pass from Pogba gave him the space to do it. Deflected in. But as I said, if you don't buy a lottery ticket, you don't win the lottery. A very dodgy decision. Penalty for Cardiff. Very dodgy. Mark Rashford in the box, controlling it with sort of the top part of his shoulder and arm. It's not a penalty for me. I mean, technical penalty, fine. Shove it up your arse. Not a penalty. But we didn't moan for long, did we, Marcus? Because we had that goal from Martial. The goal of the season for me. Starts with Martial, Pogba, Lingard, Martial, bottom corner. Sit down, have your tea. It's steak dinner. We're feasting tonight. Absolutely brilliant third goal, 3-1. It's been a fantastic half. The effort's been there. And we looked rusty the first 20 minutes. He's obviously told them to play with intensity, to pass forward. Very wayward passes first 25 minutes, but the last 15 minutes it seemed to start clicking very, very well.
Yeah, definitely. I think the thing that's most important in this game is the fact that the players are looking free. The players are playing with, they're playing their game. You know, they're playing their attacking game. The passes backwards, I've got to say, I've hardly seen any passes go backwards. Yeah, when we've had it in an attacking third, they've not been looking to play backwards. They've been looking forward, the players. And it's absolutely fantastic. Everyone's got a smile on their face. Everyone knows their job, their positions. The tenacity is there. The energy levels is there right from the word go. Rashford was pushing from the front. And it's been like that the whole 45 minutes, 48 minutes. So it's absolutely great. I mean, I've got to say, it's almost like it's a joy to watch at this moment in time. It's completely different to what we've been seeing for the last, since the season started. Even on the pre-season tour, it was slow, boring, lethargic football, and this is like a breath of fresh air.
Top Geezer said, the commentator just said United a joy to watch for 45 minutes. When was the last time someone said that? Well, Marcus just said it as well. Fun to follow you the first half, says Strambani. And Heath Farley in Australia here. How good is this? The first time in ages I've happily woken up at 3 a.m. to watch the Jose wet blanket has been removed. Go United. Come on United. Show them what we can be. Love from Calcutta. Can see the difference, I must say. That's from Abhishek. And imagine that front three with the pie in for Lingard, says Brandon Coombs. We're already thinking forward. But I want to just say, because we will be being laughed at. We will be being laughed at by people who don't support Manchester United. But I'm just going to stick up for us and say, look, I'm not ashamed to be absolutely rock hard down below. I'm not ashamed to be absolutely ecstatic with that half, because when you've been through the crap that we've been through, going to Cardiff, we would have lost this game under Jose Mourinho. We would have been embarrassed. That half wasn't perfect from United in many ways, but the intensity, the effort and the desire was perfect compared to the last 8 months. And yes, it's Cardiff City, but that's our standards at the moment. We are basically starting at the bottom of a ladder, and we're going to have to take the steps. And what we've done in that first half, especially with that third goal, is a big first step for us. We could be 8 points off fourth place tonight. And I didn't expect Chelsea to lose. I thought we'd be 11 even if we win. That's what's there for us. It's tiny steps, but if you don't take one step, you just stand still. So people can mock us for everything they want to do, but if we start making these steps, we'll get back where we want to get to. So yeah, laugh at us if you like, but this is a significant step for United fans. Alligator says Santa came early, Mark, instead of crapping under our tree again. Come on. And Andrew Rossi, seeing the excitement from Ole watching his players score is a breath of fresh air. He looks like a kid on Christmas morning. We're all like a kid on Christmas morning. We really are. It's been absolutely fantastic. And, you know, I'm sure there will be Liverpool fans and City fans going, I don't know what they're excited about. They didn't play that well. But I am excited. I am very excited. I've not been this excited since I found my dad's porn stash. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I was only about 12 then. I mean, that was a very exciting moment, but I'm very excited. It was great, absolutely brilliant, and I make no apologies about being negative over the last 3 months, and I now make no apologies about being excited and positive. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and this is what we came here for. This is what we love the game for.
I've got to say, Mark, was it Electric Blue you found or Penthouse?
I think he had like Fiesta and Escort. I don't know whether they still do. I just remember they were all car. I thought, why is there an? Well, I'm not going to go into detail, but it was a night. It was a good day. That they were out all afternoon as well when I found them. So that was a tiring day. Anyway, Ravendran says possession stands at 77%. I mean, to be honest, Ravendran, I'm with all due respect, I couldn't give a shit about possession stats. It's something Van Hal used to go on about, and we were still crap. Possession to me isn't an amazing stat, but it just shows you what we're doing. Samuel Aran says, this is for anyone who thought it was just the players and not Mourinho's shitty tactics. And yeah, you're right. And JG062, now United need to prove they can play a full 90 minutes of football. I'm ecstatic. I think that is the nail on the head, Marcus, isn't it? That is the nail on the head, that we do need to go out and play for the second half, because I don't want to spend long times talking about Mourinho, and I think in the next coming weeks we'll forget about Mourinho, but I think for maybe the first couple of games it's quite right for us to say it clearly was the tactics under Jose, but we also know under Jose that we didn't play for we didn't play for two halves of football, so that's important as well. We've nearly got 20,000 people watching, so please do keep sharing the video and getting involved, and if you are new, please do subscribe. We've got loads of content. We've got fan cams tonight, we've got the after game show where you can call in and have your say on the week, as well as tonight, match reactions, loads going on, so just get involved, and it's been interesting, but there's a marked difference from this team compared to Mourinho.
There is, I mean, of course there's going to be comparisons, people are going to compare the two, but it's that first 45 minutes, as I just think it's been absolutely fantastic. We've attacked every opportunity. We've not created a lot of chances, but the chances that we have had, we've took. And that is a sign of the mentality that's been instilled in these players in the 48 hours. I saw the video going around on Twitter with Ollie saying in training, shoot, and all that, and it looks like that has paid off, especially in Herrera's goal. He didn't even look around him to see if there was a pass on. His first instinct was to just hit it. So, the mentality of these players is absolutely fantastic at the minute, and the drive, the energy that they've got from closing down from the front. Lindelof has been fantastic at the back, and I think Pogba has been an absolutely phenomenon in this first half. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of people who won't like that. There'll be a lot of people. There'll be a lot of United fans who don't like that.
Yeah, credit where it's due. He's been involved in all three goals. His passing has been fantastic. He's kept hold of the ball well. I just think all round he's been an absolutely revelation in that first half. He offers so much going forward. I'm just seeing the third goal, Martial's goal. Even when he's not got the ball, he's passed it to Lingard. He's making that run into the box. So Martial could have quite easily squared it across to him and gone in that way. But fantastic first half, fantastic.
I mean, I can't say anything else. It's just a real breath of fresh air. It's airwaves football, and that's what we wanted, and that's what we've got. And I've got to say, I didn't expect it to go so well. I know there's been a lot of positivity around the club, but you do obviously have concerns. Braytic says, just got out of surgery in Australia, and this is the best thing I've had that's happened today. Makes me so happy. The French Joe will rise above all. Well, best wishes, Braytex. I hope you recover from your surgery, wherever it may be. And P. Scholes seems to be impressed with the attack, says Pradnyar Wadke. Look, I think in life, I'm never really somebody who says I told you so, but I do enjoy being right. And a lot of you will feel the same as what me and Marcus have been on about for a while. I knew that this United side without Mourinho would do that. I knew that Paul Pogba, not under Mr. Restrictive Mourinho, would do that. I knew Martial under Mr. Restrictive Mourinho would do that. It's, you know, I knew Rashford could be a better number 9 than Lukaku. I didn't know Phil Jones and Matic could play that well, to be honest. But that's another. I mean, I don't really care. I'd still sell both of those players. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to change my mind on that. But to me, it just shows you the brilliance of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that he's got that. It's basically, if you let the handbrake off, the team is a lot happier. Only negative I can think of Jones, Matic and Young, Shashantano. Yeah, but to be honest, neither of them have played shockingly bad. Michael Owen seems like a decent pundit now. Laugh out loud, says Brad Boren. I think Michael Owen tried to ingratiate himself back with the Liverpool fans and they wouldn't have him back, so he's now trying to ingratiate himself with United fans. We're not having him back either. Nicholas P. I love the whole bench celebrating together rather than one angry man kicking water bottles. Well, the thing is, I think we saw with Mourinho and his water bottles that if we'd scored that third goal, it would be about him. He'd be like, yes, it's about me. I've done that on the training ground. Whereas we've never been used to that. Nothing's bigger than Manchester United. And there is that. Ollie's been on about that all week. And Mike Phelan will be like that. And I think Carrick obviously knows that. And McKenna will know that. Nothing's bigger than Manchester United. It's all about the end game. It's about everything now. Everyone feels part of it, which is great. If we can just get this game done. And it's not over yet, but we should get it done. This would be a massive 3 points. Because as I said, with Huddersfield and Bournemouth to come, I haven't even looked at who anybody else is playing, and maybe we can have a look at that. You would expect, with the positivity and the fact that Old Trafford's going to be rocking for both of those games, you'd expect us to win those games, and then, you know, maybe, just maybe, the situation looks a little bit better. Because if I look at the fixtures on Boxing Day, we're 8 points off fourth if this stays the way. Chelsea go to Watford. That could be a difficult game. They could drop points. Yeah. Spurs at home to Bournemouth, Arsenal away to Brighton, they could drop points. And then if you look at Saturday, Arsenal go to Liverpool. Well, obviously I don't want Liverpool to win, but if they did, that would be a favour for us. And Chelsea away to Crystal Palace on the Sunday. So there's opportunities. As I said, if we can get to New Year after the Newcastle game and be 5 points off top 4, bloody hell. We've got a chance. We've suddenly got a chance. Yeah. We've spun it around. Yeah. So,
I mean, the important thing now is, you know, for the players to stay grounded. You know, don't get too excited. Keep playing the way you're playing. Hopefully, get the fourth and wrap the game up. You know, couple of changes, I think, for a confidence booster. There's no need to bring on Fellaini, so I don't expect him to come on at all.
I don't see where he fits into this sort of team. It's too slow.
Yeah, it's only going to hamper our attacking options going forward. So, you know, maybe Fred or Pereira could come on. You know, they did look very leggy in the last game under Mourinho, you know, against Valencia. So, you know, maybe just a bit of a confidence booster for some of those players on the bench who haven't really had much game time.
Exactly.
I mean, the game, you get the fourth goal, the game is sewn up, as far as I'm concerned. So, you know, you can afford to make a couple of changes. Maybe chuck Delow in there as well. Give Ashley Young a bit of a break. I know he's captain, but, you know, chuck Delow at right back, bit more attacking energy down that right-hand side, and he can put a wicked ball in the box as well. So it'll give us another attacking threat.
Akash says that even Matic is looking good. Says about the freedom these players have today, loving it. Gary Conway would love to see Sanchez when we're playing like little intricate passes like this. Great content over the last week, Mark. Cheers. Thanks for that, Gary. Man United Boy 13 says, might we play for 90 minutes today? I love this. So to see the guys lift themselves after the penalty. I know, yeah, that penalty was dodgy. It really annoyed me. And I actually missed I saw Martial tap it into the net, but I missed the build-up play. Because I was too busy putting a bloody tweet out. That'll teach me. Yeah, it was fantastic. And, you know, let's go out and play the second half. I agree with Marcus. Let's maybe get a couple of people on after about 10-15 minutes. And let's start to ingratiate the whole squad into it. Again, I'd agree. I don't really see why you'd bring Fellaini on into a game like this. But remember, it is sort of a Carrick McKenna thing. Just loving it. Absolutely loving it. I hope you all as well. And remember, we'll be taking your calls after the game as well. And just quickly, Marcus, Jonah Sunan says, this is the role for Matic. He can shine in this static defence role, front of the centre-backs. Earlier, he was also main man in playmaking, which slowed us down. Well, we're going to have to use Matic between now and the summer, but I would hope long-term that we're looking for somebody else, to be honest.
Yeah, I think, another thing that I saw during the first half, Solskjaer was having quite in-depth conversations with Carrick and McKenna. I never really saw Jose do that unless he was moaning about something. So it's good to see that Solskjaer's consulting amongst the staff there that he's got with him and taking some advice. And hopefully the second half will prove to be a very good second half.
I've just had a super chat here that I need to read as well. The timer's up and running, which is great. More attacking football in this game than the last 2 years. From Ryan FTW. Thanks, Ryan. I think you're spot on. And if the fixtures continue to produce giant slayers, we may even be 3 or 4 points off top 4. Loving the positive energy amongst our fans and the team. And Mr. Glenn Johnson, the key to take from the first half is the joy our players have on their face. They look so happy and it's contagious. I can't stop smiling either. It's a great feeling, isn't it? It's a great feeling. And I would challenge any genuine United fan not to have a smile on their face. We can all have preferences about who should play, and I'll put my hands up. I don't think Phil Jones should be in the team, but not for 1 minute is that decision going to make me feel less negative about the team, because ultimately it's been really, really enjoyable. I still think that expectations should be game by game. I don't think that we should be start talking about top 4, because I think that's very unfair on the players and the manager. He's come in with his 11 points off top 4, and we're talking about top 4. I mean, it's a big, big gap to pull off. And I know Chelsea have lost today, but Chelsea, Arsenal and Spurs have been very consistent in beating these sort of opposition. We've got a chance. And if we do it, it'll be one of the... I don't know whether it'd be something we should overly celebrate, but we would celebrate it because it's not a league title. But from the position we're in, if we can get top 4, it would be a big achievement to get it.
Yeah, I mean, last week it was all doom and gloom, and it's amazing how a week can change. I mean, the positive vibes that are coming through the club, from the interviews, from the players, they just seem to have got their game on now. They
passing out from the back there from De Gea as well. It's again, it's another reason why Fellaini becomes redundant, because if we're going to pass out from the back, you don't need to hit those long balls. I mean, Lindelof's happy to bring it into the half of the opposition. I think Lindelof's going to be a key player for United.
I saw a couple of minutes ago Phil Jones give Matic the ball, and Matic actually turned and ran forward, but there was a pass on to Lindelof on the right hand side. He just totally ignored him and passed it forward. It's these little subtle differences that make it so much better, so much of a joy to watch.
I knew someone was going to say it. JMYT9 says, now we've got a chance against PSG. See, this is the danger. You've got to keep your expectations not low, but just realistic. And I think to think that we can beat PSG, we've got a chance, but we're still big underdogs in that. And I think the most important thing is we'll go into that, play it the right way, and we'll believe and we'll fight for it. And I think we wouldn't have done that under Mourinho. We would have sat back and tried to scam it.
Yeah, probably try to scrape.
But we definitely got a chance. We definitely got a chance.
Yeah, I think under Mourinho we had no chance, but now, it's going to be quite enjoyable to watch now, because you don't know what you're going to get. But again, I mean, great start by United in the first half, trying to control in the second half, trying to control the game, trying to get the passing game together. But Lindelof again has been absolutely solid at the start of the second half. Do you make any changes, Mark? Who would you like to see come on?
I would like to see Fred and Pereira getting involved, to be honest. Lovely ball by Pogba. Rashford beat himself there. It was a shame.
I just see a couple of seconds ago, even Woodward's got a smile on his face.
I think the biggest thing for United, and I said this during the week, is that I hope that Ed Woodward learns from what's happened this week, because... Ooh, shot by Rashford. Half this team simply are not good enough, Mark, says Stu Millen. I do agree with you on that. I still think that against the top 6, we're not good enough. I agree with that, but it's a stepping... we're not going to... The whole club's not going to become a title-winning team in one game. They're going to have to get rid of Edward. They're going to have to be ruthless. But what I was going back to saying is that I hope Ed Woodward has learned something this week, is that, you know, you can make one decision and change the whole mentality around a football club. We've sacked a manager and the fan base has gone from being fed up to inspired. And apparently the stock price has gone through the roof. I'm sure merchandise sales have gone through the roof. And for a man who's all about money, I hope that in the future he realises that actually what he's done with Mourinho is spot on, because you make a change that needs to be changed and you can galvanise the club and it will actually make you more money. And I hope they realise that now success on the pitch will make them more money, because that's what we've always been saying. You know, you've got to spend to accumulate in football.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, their business.
Here we go. Pogba, Lingard and Rashford linking up absolutely superbly there, and Rashford just getting shoved off the ball at the key moment.
But again, you know, it's those three players that are involved again. You know, Lingard's had a quiet game so far, but when he's been involved, you can notice a difference in him, just in his touch, the way he's passing the ball, his movement.
We didn't play like this against Fulham, VJ. No. Sit down. We did not play like this against Fulham. Not at all. Not at all. Marcus, I am excited and I need a wee, so I'm just going to leave you for about a minute.
Right. Yeah, go on, mate. Xavier Daniels says no look pass from Pogba. That has been a key factor throughout the whole game. All these players are just, you know, they know where your teammates are going to be. Absolutely fantastic. Contribution here from Al E. Gator, thanks. It says, this might be unpopular, but for my money, I don't think Lingard is anything more than a Tom Cleverley or Darren Gibson, not a starter, strictly squad. I think a lot of people would agree with you there. Bench player at best. Lukaku, will he fit into this team, says Luke Harris. I don't think straight away. I think he'll have to work to earn his place back. Maybe we will sell Fellaini in January, says Brandon. Could be. You never know what's going to happen now. There's so much excitement around the club because you just don't know what Ollie's going to do. Marcus, it's time to park the bus, says hell no. Not yet. Way too early yet. Way too early. Where is Mark, says Matter. He's gone to take a leak. I sat bank dank, says Marcus. I think Jose tried to get sacked to get the money. What do you think? I think, do you know what? I think all the evidence points towards that bank, to be honest. Mark went to toss it. He's probably gone to have a look at one of his magazines that he stole from his dad. Lukaku doesn't fit United. I never thought, Conrad, that Lukaku was a United number 9. I really don't. But, you know, he might flourish under a different manager, so we'll see. Rates Pogba today, says Baron Def. I think he's been fantastic. I really do. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. He's been involved in all 3 goals. His passing has been near enough spot on. And the way he's been pointing around to the players on the pitch as well shows that he does have leadership qualities if he's allowed to express himself. I can't read that, Alan. Greetings from the Faroe Islands, says Peter Joel Samuelson. Thank you. Greetings to you as well. Hiya, mate. PS says hi. How are we doing? You all right? You're not missed nothing, mate. How was the midfield in the first half, says Eric Red? I thought it was fantastic. I really do. I think the midfield has been absolutely phenomenal this game. I think the whole team has played really well, to be honest. Do you think Pereira is good enough to be our CDM? I think he's good enough to be given a chance. I think everyone deserves a chance.
Oh, we've got a penalty here.
Oh, yeah.
Hey! Yeah. I'll have some of that. He's walked back in the room. We get a penalty. I mean, I must admit, it looked a little bit soft for United. It's Lingard into the box. Pass 1. It's a good run by Lingard. Messy Lingard. It probably looks a little bit soft.
Yeah, but bit of justice.
We'll have some of that. We'll have some of that. Justice Jam. Pogba's going to score 4-1 United.
That's exactly what we needed, though. Put the game to bed and, make a couple of changes. So I think the referee there has probably given that because of the one that he's given in the first half of Cardiff.
Yeah, I think Michael Oliver's seen my rant at half time and he's trying to get back in our good books. Yeah, it probably was a little bit soft, to be honest. But we don't care. Paul Pogba about to step up and, Pog Boom is ready. Yeah. Oh, no, it's Lingard. Lingard's taking the pen.
Oh, I thought Pogba would have took that, actually.
Hey, 4-1, Manchester United. We're not even going mad anymore. We want 5. We want 5. We want 5. We want 5. Seb's even coming in to celebrate.
Yeah.
Squad is not good enough, says somebody who's now going to take a massive L because we're just fun. Lads, please remember we were second last season without Fred and AP. I picked Champions League win. Total positivity, realistic or not, says Sadia. And Lingard, it matters to these lads. It matters to these lads.
Yeah.
And to be fair to play to Lingard, he did actually put a tweet out thanking Mourinho, but I think as a local lad himself, he knows as well as we do.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic. I mean, the 3 main strikers have scored today, the front 3, so good day all round, I think.
We changed the score.
4-1. Lovely Fox wants 5.
I want 6.
Yeah. We want 10-1, says Azua.
But, even that goal itself was great to see because it was this time last year where we saw Messi Lingard for a month, didn't we? And and he has got that in his locker. But again, if you're not a team that attacks, then you're not going to see that from Jesse Lingard, are you? And Cardiff just look absolutely spent here. We've dominated them because we've actually... I tell you what, Cardiff are probably like... they probably thought United are lazy, they're pragmatic, and we're a totally unknown entity in this game. And what they've come up against is a team that's all over them like chickenpox. We're absolutely rampant and they don't know what to do. And it's very hard for Cardiff. Most games you know how to prepare for an opposition. But in fairness to Cardiff, they could never prepare for this game because they don't know what United are going to do. And we've absolutely annihilated them because they can't tactically set up because they don't know. We knew everything about Cardiff, obviously, because their manager and their team's the same as it's been for the last 3 months. But for them, they don't know how we're going to approach this game. And it's been rather easy for United. I mean, to be honest with you, I think it probably was a penalty looking back on it. But
yeah, Bamba's caught his leg, hasn't he? So, but yeah, I mean, like you said there, there's a bit of unpredictability about United now. You don't know what side's going to come out. You don't know how United are going to play at the minute. But fair play to the management team. They've instilled some confidence in them. They've got them playing football again, and most importantly, they're enjoying playing.
And now you're gonna believe us, and now you're gonna believe us, and now you're gonna believe us. We're gonna win the league. We're gonna win the league. I'm gonna have a look how many points we are off the league title. Are we about? Is it 21? I think we can do it. We can do it. But it's nice to be in a situation with half an hour of this game left and to just be able to sit back and enjoy a United game and a United performance and an air of confidence about the team. And you know what? I agree. I don't want Ashley Young at right back. I want Delo there. I don't want Phil Jones at centre back. I want Bailly there. I don't want Matic in the centre defensive midfield. I want Herrera to go there and put Pereira or Fred with Pogba. But these are all things that can happen on the coming weeks. For tonight, it's just good to see this. Good to see it. I'd love to see Fred and Pereira coming on Jack Coleman. I agree with you. And just in the moment of positivity, we're only 57 subscribers off 325,000. So if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do so by clicking the bottom right hand corner subscribe button, and then if you do that, go to the subscribe button underneath the video and click the bell and get all your notifications on, because we do a lot of live content. We will be doing a match reaction and we will be doing a call in tonight as well. as Rashford goes into the box. Sorry, Martial goes into the box. United are rampant here. They're a rampant rabbit. Yeah. And all the ladies will know what they are. But it's rampant from Manchester United.
They are. They're, we're not settling for 4. They're going to go for the 5th. So, again, everything helps towards a goal difference as well, which is a positive.
No subs from United yet. We should hopefully see some soon.
I mean, Pogba's picking up quite a fair bit of space in the middle of the field now, so... But yeah, United still going for it, which is good. They're not sitting back and resting on their lead and allowing Cardiff to come back into it.
Red Baron says go for another league mark. And Mixie, why are we wearing white shorts and socks? I don't recall us wearing white in the Premier League before. I think it's just the kit this year. Yeah. Somebody just said they know what a rampant rabbit is, and I'm a man, says Lee Smith. One up the bum, no harm done. I don't normally laugh at my own jokes. We've hit 325,000 subscribers. Thanks, everybody. It's been a fantastic week for Manchester United, and we've had it's not been a fantastic week, actually, has it? It started off with humiliation at Anfield. It was amplified by the fact that they didn't sack Mourinho on Monday, and we were like, oh no, we're stuck with him. We then got the shock of surprise of our lives on Tuesday morning when they suddenly sacked him, and then ever since then, it's just been positivity all the way. And I think I said we'd win 3-1 today. I think anyone who went above that is great, but you were probably stretching. And here we are, 4-1 up after 60 minutes. And football's all about confidence. Football's all about belief. And I think there is a question mark, and I must write this down for my match reaction markers. There is a question mark about the players and whether they were playing for Mourinho, that you can have such a contrast. And people can say, well, it's only Cardiff, but I've seen United play at home to Palace, at home to Wolves, away to Southampton when they were being managed by Mark Hughes, and be shit. And yet here they are. Oh, that would have been a lovely goal from Rashford. Ooh. Slipped in by Herrera. Shoots just wide. It was lovely. This is beautiful. Give us a wave, says Marcus. Give us a wave, says Daedry Riggs. He's waving now. He's naked. You can't see it. But do you think there is a question mark over the players? Because, yes, tactics are different. Do you think it is just the tactics, or do you think that players were getting to the point where they weren't actually... It was a good save, that was, actually. Where they weren't actually playing for Mourinho?
No, I do think it was down to the players not actually playing for him. Obviously, tactics do a lot for it as well. But I think it was just the same. The tactics were always the same, week in, week out. No matter what the team was, away from home, at Old Trafford, they were always the same. And I think the players they ended up just getting like really stale with his management, and they just, he had no ideas. His ideas were in the past. He didn't change with the times. So I just felt like the players, we've got plenty of attacking players in this team, plenty of flair players, and they just couldn't play their natural game. So I think bringing in a young, energetic manager has made all the difference. A fresh approach, a fresh style, a better at man management, and I think it's done them the world of good.
Oh, good say. It wouldn't be a United game if De Gea didn't pull off a set of worldie as well. He's just made a brilliant save as well. He wants in on the action. I think everybody on the pitch is probably going to do what I was on about in the preview as well. I said that every single player's got to pull in an 8 out of 10 at least, because the manager's been sacked and the eyes are on the players. And I think De Gea's thought, I've got to pull out something to get an 8 out of 10, and he's just done it.
Yeah, great save. But again, he's not had. I don't recall him making a save throughout the game. So his first save in a match. Absolutely fantastic. Great save.
Yeah, but you know what? We must remember that the eyes were always going to be on the players for this game, and the improvement in the players is obviously a lot to do with the freedom that the managers and the coaches have given them. And also, I think it's unfair when people say that Manchester United have, the players weren't playing for the manager, because if we go back to October, it was people like Martial who'd been treated badly by Mourinho, who were scoring the goals for them. So
yeah, it's those players that he was throwing under the bus that kept him in the job.
I do think, I mean, I'm going to talk about it more in my match reaction, but I do think that, you know, there will be some element of fans who are, you know, why weren't they playing like this under Mourinho? But I think the reaction has to be because we didn't play this way under Mourinho. And there are people out there like Neil Custis in the Sun, and, you know, what's his name, Luckhurst on the Manchester Evening News. I suppose you could even, well, I don't know. I don't know whether it'd be fair to say the same about Gary Neville or anyone like that, but certainly those two would be Mourinho sympathisers. And I think it's not about, you know, you're entitled to your opinion, lads, of course you are, but the reality is it was staring you in the face. United's problem was the manager just wasn't a United manager. He just didn't play the way that we needed to play. And sometimes the solution to a problem is very simple. You know, 2 + 2 is still a sum, but the answer's bloody easy. It's 5. 4. But seriously, the solution to Manchester United problem really is, to me, very simple. It was remove Mourinho because his football was horrible. And I think that's what we've seen today. And I think the players probably felt the same.
Yeah, definitely. His football was very, very boring. You know, he would never get up onto the touchline either and bark his instructions unless he had a problem with someone. But, you know, I've seen Ollie get up in the second half a couple of times. Mike Phelan's been there as well, encouragement on the touchline. And it's good to see. It is good to see. And every time a goal has been scored, Solskjaer has gone and shook the hands of Carrick, McKenna, Phelan, you know, all the lads on the management team down there. And they're all together. They're all on the same wavelength.
Heath Furley says Lindelof has been unreal going forward. It was actually Lindelof who slipped Rashford in for that chance, not Herrera. So that's how far forward he was. And Stephen Featley says, see what happens when you change your manager. Absolutely spot on, Stephen. Braytek says, will we see a better Sanchez with this system? I think 100% we will. Dan O'Keefe says, shout out for Lindelof. Absolute beast today. Lot of love for Lindelof in there. Nicholas P. Feelings come alive. Watch him dictating tactics with Ollie on the sidelines. They just get it, don't they? They just get what Manchester United's all about at the end of the day. And, you know, that's the important thing. We've got a ball playing centre half, Ashish. Well, we thought we had that with Lindelof, didn't we? And then it took time. I mean, I think it is time for substitutions now. 20 minutes to go, please. You know, we've got 4 games coming up in 10 days, 11 days. So I think he should be looking at subs, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think he will be. I mean, he seems quite relaxed down there, sat in the chair. I mean, but the thing is, I think everyone's played really well. Who would you want to take off? There's not really been a bad performance in there tonight.
I'd be looking at the midfield, really, because, you know, you want to keep that midfield 3 for Bournemouth, for Huddersfield, and you want to keep them fresh. So give 20 minutes to Pereira and Fred. You know, they need minutes.
I think depending how long...
Maybe Mata for Lingard as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean... You know, I think you'd have to take off one of Martial or Rashford, depending how long Lukaku's going to be out for.
Yeah.
Just to protect them, like you said, for the Boxing Day game. So yeah, but I mean, who'd you bring on? That's the worry. Would you go to a 5 in midfield and just play with the one up top? But yeah, I think Mata, Mr. Consistent. You know, Fred, Pereira. You know, I think there's even a shout for Dalot to go in, you know.
I don't want him to leave it too late. I really don't. I want him to do it pretty soon, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, Luke Shaw's been out for the last 3 or 4 games, so you know, maybe you could put Ashley at left back and Dalot right back. Just to add another body down that right hand side to get forward as well. Give Cardiff something to think about. Fred's warming up. I think it was Fred I just saw down there. Oh dear. But I think overall it's been job done. Fantastic performance, I think, from the boys. And
you're saying that with 20 minutes to go.
yeah, but that's how I'm feeling. That's all.
Oh, it's great to be in this situation. Yeah. I mean, you know, there's many teams above us who get this quite regularly, whereby, even Matic is getting on the end of that. Yeah. Or was it Phil Jones? It was Phil Jones. Imagine if he scores.
Yeah. There was a great shot from Pogba just now that goalie tipped it over, leading up to it. But I think overall it's been a fantastic performance. It's nice to see the players smiling and laughing during the game.
I just think, as I said before the game, I think this obsession that the media have with trying to pick on United players for being happy that Jose Mourinho got sacked, I don't really understand where they're coming at with that, because so what if they're happy? We were happy, so you know, why would you not be happy if you're a player who was playing under a manager that's just very negative and, you know, not the sort of football? You only have a short career, so why would you not be happy that he's been sacked? You know, they're acting like Alexis Sanchez being happy that Mourinho's sacked is some sort of sin. But you've had the whole fan base of United for 8 months saying he's not a United manager, he's too negative, and yet players are meant to be disappointed or whatever. I just don't get that.
I think Luke Shaw's had a very good game at left back as well. Not been found out or anything down his side. He's been getting forward on the overlap as well, linking up well with Martial down there. I don't think really you could say anyone's had a negative game today.
No, and I think that's very important, really, really important from Manchester United's point of view, that they do. All of them had to put in a performance tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you could say, going by the scoreline, I mean, people will turn around and say, well, it was quite comfortable, it's only Cardiff, but, United, you forget how far United have dropped in the last few months since the start of the season.
Yeah, there's no guarantee. We should, I think any normal year for United, you'd expect United to go and beat Cardiff. Of course you would. Sir Alex Ferguson days, you'd expect it, and you'd be right to expect it. But that's not what United have been about recently, and I think we would have struggled in this game, even though it's been very easy for us today. I think under Mourinho we would have struggled 100% because we saw us struggle in this sort of a game. And I look at the next two games against Huddersfield and Bournemouth, and I think, even though Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is new to the job, I think the players have got to carry him through these next few games. And I think I look at the quality of the players, I look at the vibrance, the intensity, the happiness, the confidence. And I think, Bournemouth will be a tougher game. But I think Huddersfield, Boxing Day, we got to win that. And then you've got to beat Bournemouth. And if you take 9 points from the first 3 games, Cardiff should have scored there.
Yeah.
Bamber on the back post. Then suddenly go to Newcastle, hopefully get something there. And you're like, bloody hell, this season, from being dead, it's got a bit of life in it. And I'm not saying we're going to get top 4. I think it would be a massive achievement to get top 4. I personally think our best sort of hope is probably the FA Cup, because I think we might be a decent cup team. But the season's definitely alive, and that's all we can. You've got to be absolutely ecstatic with that.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at where we've come from, like I said just now, it's been a depressing period in United, and I don't think anyone can deny that. It's been depressing, and they've not been a joy to watch. People like Rance has refused to go, to go and watch them play under Mourinho. So it's down to it's up to them. It's their right to do that, and fair play to the people that do that. But it's almost like the club needed a facelift over the course of the season. So they've done it at the right time. They did it before Christmas. And it's going to be very interesting to see where the club go forward now, and what sort of input Ollie has and Michael Carrick and Phelan in the transfer window as well. That'll be pretty exciting.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to see United making a couple of subs here, to be honest. I do think that that would be something that I would like to see.
I've seen Fred warming up and Delo warming up.
I don't think I would definitely like to have seen them play a little bit longer than they've been given. But that would be my only criticism.
Well, the longer this team plays, you could just say it's about the energy levels, making sure they keep that intensity right up until the 90 minutes. But everyone, he's assured everyone will get their chance, so no reason to doubt him just yet. Greedo says we probably would have beaten under Mourinho, but not playing like this. Yeah, probably. I mean, we would have probably gone to Cardiff and hopefully nicked a 1-0 win. And if not, you would have set up for a draw. But there's no way United would have played attacking football like this today if Mourinho was still in charge. John says make a sub.
Yeah, I agree with John. I think I would like to have seen the subs come on a bit earlier.
Fellaini should not get a chance to bay him. No, I don't think so. The game's won. We don't need him, to be honest.
Don't need him. Full stop.
Well, I mean, I don't think Cardiff are going to get 3 goals in 15 minutes. So there's no reason, no point. It's just a waste.
Well, it's another save from De Gea there. I mean, they are getting more chances. I think he needs to rejuvenate this team a little bit, because I think the one thing I did say is that United won't be used to playing with such intensity, and I think there is an element of tiredness there. I mean, Lindelof just cannot get back on him there, and we talk about how good Lindelof is, but let's not be blind to the fact that was shit defending from United, and he couldn't get back. He gets beat by a long ball and he can't get back. So
yeah, it's just a ball that's just been hoofed up the field.
Yeah, there was nothing intricate from Cardiff, and Matic clears it. Come on, they're still all warming up. Get some subs on. Here we go. Fred's coming on. There we go. Yeah. Here we go. Bit of Fred.
Fred's coming on. Tyra says a Bay would have caught up with that guy. I see why Bay is needed. Bay is very quick when he gets going.
We ain't got... Lindelof and Jones are not blessed with pace. Phil Jones ain't blessed with much, to be honest, but... Bounce. It's bounce.
Not sure who's come off, Mark. Have you seen?
No, they haven't done it yet, because Cardiff are having throw-ins. I think the next time it goes out, it will be done.
The United standing firm at the minute.
Oh, ref, come on. We would have been in a 2v1 situation there. Yellow card. Pogba's not happy.
Oh. I think he's lucky to get a yellow for that.
Yeah. I don't think you're ever going to get a red there, but it was a good opportunity for Manchester United. Fred's coming on. Yes. Rashford's going off. So we're shutting up the shop. What we're doing here, Ollie? We don't need to do this. We don't take strikers off the midfield. He's Mourinho too. I'm joking. I'm joking. He can do what he likes. He can come round. I'll cook him a lovely dinner. He's done a fantastic job in his first week. And Fred coming on.
Well, I think that's sensible. Yeah, we need Rashford for Boxing Day. Keep him fresh. And Fred needs minutes as well, so might help Pogba out in the middle of the park.
Yeah. Martial will go through the middle now. I think we'll play a 4-2-3-1. Fred will go in the middle with Matic. Pogba will play central. Herrera will go to the right. Lingard to the left.
I think Rashford deserves all the applause there. I think he's had a fantastic game today. He just offers so much more than what Lukaku does going forward. Chases the ball down. Stays in his position. He's blessed with pace as well. I see Ollie's on the touchline barking out the orders. Good to see. 4-3-2-1 says Lapman 78. It looks like that. Danny Green says, this is bloody delicious. One-touch footy. S. Alley says, is Flex at the game? Yeah, Flex is there.
Yeah, so we have got my match reaction straight after the game, which is going to be good fun. We've got the call-in via Discord after that, and we've got Flex on the fan cams after that, which I can't see. I always look forward to the fan cams anyway, but I can't actually wait to see the fan cams tonight, because just to see, well, we can see some of them on the crowd now, absolutely ecstatic. I think we'll see a lot of United fans singing, happy, and that's good to see. Good to see. We totally and utterly, well, I wouldn't say we deserve it, because there are teams out there who never get any good things happen to them. But we've endured a lot this last few weeks, and it's nice to have that positivity around the club. I think the tired legs are starting to hit home a little bit though, Marcus, now for United. They won't be used to this sort of intensity in a game for 90 minutes. And why would they be?
Yeah, it's been a long time, But, they got to get the fitness levels up. They got to get the match fitness up. Ollie wants them to press from the front. Then that's what they've got to do. So they got to play. It looks like to me they're playing quite a high line as well throughout this game. They've not been sitting deep, not as deep as Mourinho's teams, but they've done well. The energy levels that they put in, especially for some of the players that have not been playing regularly.
What I liked about Fred there was that he lost the ball, but then he worked hard to go and get it
back. Yeah,
I think that's good to see.
Yeah, and he's chasing down. It's good that they're carrying out what Ollie wants them to do. They know what they've got to do. They're doing their jobs well. And really, Cardiff have not. They had a couple of chances in the second half, but nothing really major.
I think under Mourinho, this would have been a scrappy game. And maybe we would have won it because Cardiff aren't that good, but it would not have been anything like what we've been fortunate enough to see today, which is something really, positive. I don't know where it's going to take us. It's hard to gauge how bad Cardiff are compared to somebody like Spurs or a Bournemouth. And, maybe better teams will still cause us a lot of troubles. As I said, I still think there will be some setbacks, but all in all, absolutely fantastic and really, really pleased with it.
Yeah, you just take each game as it comes, don't you? Our expectations have been lowered so much that, anything now has got to be a positive, surely.
Yeah, as I said, it's not even a week ago that we were getting embarrassed by Liverpool at Anfield. And I still think if we went to Anfield with this team, we would struggle because we've got a long way to go. But I still think that this team should be in the top four. I don't know whether it will be able to do it. It's a big, big ask. But...
Well, you think on this evidence that I've seen today, I think they've got every chance.
It's just the gap, isn't it? It's the gap that they've got to make up. If we were all starting the season, I said this morning, Ollie, this is like a start of a new season for United, but we're starting it 20 points off the top and 11 points off top four. It's very difficult. We are basically starting the season again with a brand new approach, but we're starting it with both arms tied behind our back, really, and it's difficult. It's difficult for the team to do it, but if they can do it, it would be so much confidence to take and momentum into the next season, no matter who the manager is. And to be honest with you, I think if Solskjaer did get his top four, a big part of me thinks that he should probably get the job. I don't know what people think about that, but I do. I sort of do feel that quite strong about it, actually.
I think he'd certainly give Woodward a decision to make at the end of the season if he accomplishes that. I'm not holding much hope out on the Champions League, but I think we've got a better chance now. If he has a good cup run, maybe, I think he'd be in there with a shout. And especially, I think the FA Cup will probably end up being the most important thing for him this season. If he can get in there, even if he finishes close to the top four, like if he's only 1 or 2 points.
He's bringing Fellaini on.
Oh... Yeah, I don't agree with that. There's no need to bring him on.
No.
No need to bring him on. But again, you know, how's he going to use him? I think Delo's coming on as well, isn't he? No Pereira.
Yeah, but these are token substitutes, aren't they, really? They're not. I think he's left them all too late, to be honest. I would like to have seen them used a little bit earlier.
Well, Fellaini in the last 5 minutes is what we wanted to see. That's
maybe
what
putting him
everyone-
up front. Maybe put him up front. Just don't put him in the middle. Well, yeah, Martial's coming off, and you called that, to be fair. You did say that he should do that. Got a few contributions. Prane says Anthony Martial has been directly involved in 70 goals for Manchester United in all competitions, 45 goals, 25 assists, the most of any player for the club since his debut. Proven. What a comment that is. And how was it rubbing one off, says Ozzy Mantana. But I don't know what he is on about. This filth. There's filth in the live comments. What is he on about? What is he on about? Filth. Absolute filth in the live comments there.
But, you know, I mean, I think BT give Martial man of the match, I think, just now.
Pereira for Martial, Fellaini for Matic. So they are going to play him as a CDM.
Well, he's already done something that Mourinho hasn't done. That's take Matic off.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to give him plaudits for that. And, you know, Fellaini coming on in the last 5 minutes, you got to give him credit for that. You know, Mourinho probably would have started him in this game. So, you know, there are pluses to it. You know, Pereira gets a few minutes to run out. Fred's had a few minutes to run out.
Free from Mourinho. We are.
You know, I don't think you can be too negative about it because, you know, we've always said Fellaini last 10, 15 minutes.
Look, nothing's going to make me feel negative.
Whatever you say negative about it, if anyone can find anything today, there's always a positive to outweigh. So, you know, I just passing the ball about, keeping possession. I think what they've done now is Lingard's gone up through the middle. I think Pereira's gone to the left-hand side. Lindelof's looking leggy.
I think they all will look leggy. I think to be honest, the fact that you're 4-1 up, it's you know the game's won, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, such a perfect week in many ways. But certainly a perfect result for United. There was, I thought we were going to win. My predictions out there that we would win this game, but I've got to be honest and say that, especially when you look at the results today, Leicester beating Chelsea, Crystal Palace beating Man City, and both those teams were at home. You cannot take anything for granted when you're going away from home. This would have been a fixture for Cardiff fans that they were looking forward to the most. United are always the box office team, and they would have fancied their chances today. And, as people said, who's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? He's some manages some pub team. Lingard! Oh, it's 5. It's 5. It's 5, I tell you. It's Jesse Lingard. It's another assist for Paul Pogba. It's just magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. And that's the icing on the cake, isn't it? The icing on the cake, Marcus.
Absolutely fantastic. I mean, Pogba, again, has played a hand in it. And, Jesse playing through the middle.
I love him through the middle, yeah.
And he comes up trumps. Absolutely comes up trumps. But, yeah, like you said, icing on the cake. I mean, Pogba ran with it, took a touch, straight through the middle to Lingard, ran the goalie in the net. Fantastic. I know the game's not finished yet, but Pogba, for me, has been absolutely
He has, absolutely. If you were a Pogba hater, and I never have been, I've always liked Pogba, but if you're a Pogba hater, Draughty, no, he's not, I don't think he hates him, but there's been a lot of criticism of Pogba, and I just think everybody who's been a critic of Pogba has been made to look absolutely stupid today. Absolutely stupid.
When you give that guy freedom, you've seen the damage he can do today.
Well, Mourinho's career just took another hammering today, hasn't it? Absolutely. Yeah. He's been made to look like the relic he was. And, I don't take any... Well, I do take satisfaction. Red Jedi says, but Jose needs a centre-back to play attacking football. Look, Red, you've just nicked my line from my match reaction, but you're absolutely spot on. The excuses just do not add up. They do not add up, and they really don't. But Marcus, we're nearly at the end, and I'm going to go straight into my match reaction and just sort of crack on with this buzz. But thoughts on the game today?
I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been a long time since I've been excited about watching a United game, and watching the team have so much freedom to express themselves, not be restricted in how they play. I think it's been fantastic. It's absolutely a tremendous team performance today, and they actually played like a team. They didn't play like we relied on individuals. Fantastic to see everyone with a smile on their face, playing football the way they want to play. That's the main thing, and it can only get better from here on in.
And Dave Green's just made another point, which is fantastic. It's the first time we've scored 5 in the Premier League since Sir Alex Ferguson, and he's done it in his first game. Amazing.
Just going to say, I think the highest we got was Fulham, wasn't it? 4-1?
Yeah.
So, fantastic achievement. Fantastic. But the way he's conducted himself today, Ollie, on the touchline, the way he's involved, Carrick, McKenna, Mike Phelan down there, the way he's talked to them, the way he's celebrated the goals with them, they look like a unit.
Yeah.
There is a togetherness about them, and that oozes from them, and it goes onto the pitch. And the way the players have expressed themselves today they've all been proper professionals today.
Well, thanks for coming on, mate. We're going to go straight from this into the match reaction. The link is in the video description. Loads and loads to talk about. Then we're going to be doing the call-in via Discord. And then we're going to have the 5 fan cams. Absolutely loads to discuss. Hope you're watching. Jose, this is United football, says Heath Farley. But thanks for coming on, Marcus. Really appreciate it, pal.
No worries. Pleasure as always. Just want to say, since I won't be on now until Sunday, I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and hope you all keep yourself safe and that, and don't do anything silly, and enjoy your day with your families, and hopefully everything goes well for you.
Cheers, pal. I'll speak to you before Christmas, so you can wish me a special one as usual later.
I'll speak to you Monday, mate, probably as normal.
All right, mate. Speak to you in a bit.
All right, see you later, guys.
Cheers, pal. And that is the final whistle as well. Perfect timing there from Marcus. Perfect performance from Manchester United. We're going to go straight into the match reaction. Link in the video description. Get over there. Join the match reaction. Link in the video description, or you can go through the homepage. I've got a few things I want to say, and I'm going to let it all out, and I'm going to scream and shout. I'll see you on there. 30 seconds time. Link in the video description. United win 5-1, and smiles are on the faces.